Kick it.
Sayu, Sayu. We are sitting down with Sayu. He's a shark and an anime person. We're sitting down in the hole. Look out! Here is Sayu. Is that good enough?
No.
Okay, hold on. Let me redo that then.
All right. Take two.
Okay, hold on. Okay. See you. See you is such a Chad. Coming in the hole. Thank you so much for coming here. Oh my God. Thanks for coming here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I think that was too bad.
Yeah. That's the keeper. That's the keeper.
Yeah, thanks. We'll be using that. Yeah, you can leave now.
Is that like you know those auditions where they have in like Broadway and they like have a microphone and they sit in like the audience way far back so you can't see them. They have a little microphone saying, "All right, you can go now. Thank you for auditioning."
Yeah, that was great. Thanks. You can leave now.
Exit stage right. Okay, I'll do that. No worries. Anyways, welcome to episode. Oh my God, how I've been 14? Was this episode 14?
Oh, give it up for episode 14.
Episode 14. Let's go, baby. Episode 14, and we're sitting down today in the hole with Sayu, which is a VTuber. You guys know. I mean, look at that. Oh my God, you can wave. That's so adorable. That's adorable.
Yeah, I can wave.
I think I saw your new model debut like a couple months ago, actually. Wait, what came first? Your like main new model or your female one?
Well, so this came first.
That one came first, and then your female model. Which one do you like the most?
The newer model.
Oh, the newer model.
Yeah. I'm working on that one. It's still in the works, but that new model looks sick. The funny thing is, not to already go into a tangent, this model isn't even my 2.0 technically. This was just a Halloween costume that I was like, I like this a little too much.
Oh, okay. Wait, so is your default costume like a shark boy?
No, my default is me with like headphones, and it's more robot. This is like my Power Rangers shark, like Super Sentai outfit.
I'm not gonna lie, it looks sick. Like, put on the helmet. Put on the helmet real quick. Look at
Yeah,
this
yeah,
helmet. Look at this helmet. Look at that. Like, that's sick, man.
Hey, you want to get blinded real quick?
What do you mean blinded?
Hey, check this out.
Holy shit, he's flashing me! Stop! We're gonna get tossed! No, he's flashing me! Oh, my eyes! I got solar flared!
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
I feel like I just stared into the sun for like 30 seconds.
That's totally fair.
Have you ever seen, like, when you stare into the sun for too long, you see that dot in the middle of your eye?
No, you don't have that right now, do you?
It's everywhere, man. Holy shit. Is this what it's like to be flashed? It's fine. Don't worry about it too much. No, but it's really cool. Are you a fan of like Power Rangers and Super Sentai?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm more of a fan of Power Rangers. Super Sentai I found out about years later, but I grew up with Power Rangers, like Mighty Morphin. So
okay.
Yeah.
Mighty Morphin, that's the old one. That's the one with Tommy.
That's the OG. The OG.
Yeah,
even before Tommy showed up. Like,
Oh,
it is the one
Tommy.
with Tommy, but yeah. It's before he showed
Rest
up.
in peace, by the way. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But for the most part, with Power Rangers and stuff like that. So is Mighty Morphin's like your favorite one, or is there another one that?
I really do like Mighty Morphin.
Okay. It's Morphin. That's
the other one that stands out to me is probably Dino Thunder. I really like Dino Thunder. There's also Power Rangers in Space and Wild Fury.
Wow, I know the only one I know is the only one I actually like watched because it was the show right before what's it called? Oh God, before my shows when I was a kid was SPD. That's the only one.
Yeah.
That's
There's
the only
SPD.
one. I know.
There's also Time Force. Time Force was really cool. I like the suits of Time Force.
Time Force. Okay. Yeah. No. That's a rabbit hole that I was thinking about going down, but I don't know if I should.
It's a lot. It's really funny because there was one before Nickelodeon acquired them. that was just like, you know what, this is our last show, our last hurrah, screw it, we're gonna do whatever. And it's Power Rangers post-apocalyptic, and it's like the entire world is dead except for this one civilization, and it is the most off-the-wall Power Rangers you've ever seen.
That sounds amazing, actually. That sounds incredible. That's exactly what would make me want to watch Power Rangers.
Well,
it's like a post-apocalyptic thing. I don't know. If it's
and then after that, Nickelodeon took a crack at it. So.
They acquired it, and they're like, "Yeah, our turn now."
Now so it's samurais.
The samurai ones are pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Anything with samurais is cool. So then, do you like Kamen Rider? Is that a thing? Because I know that they're very heavily influenced.
I have not properly watched Kamen Rider.
Okay.
I've heard some of their openings, and there are a lot of really cool ones, but I'm not really too familiar. It's something that, like you said, when it comes to going down the rabbit hole, I also need to go down the rabbit hole of Kamen Rider.
I feel like they're part of the same hole, but just like different factions.
Yeah, it's like a different flavor of ice cream.
Exactly. You know? Correct. And anytime I call Kamen Rider Power Rangers, people go, they go fucking feral.
Yeah, well, they're not the same, all right? But Super Sentai and Power Rangers are the same show, just that Power Rangers are like, they adapted to a more Western audience.
Like NA, right?
Yeah, because the original Mighty Morphin had nothing to do with teenagers in Super Sentai. I believe it had to do with like mythical beasts coming back to life or something, and it was this whole thing. It's very different than the original Power Rangers.
So it's not teenagers?
No, not in the Japanese one. Absolutely not.
I feel like it would be better overall. I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to go into the whole Power Rangers versus Super Sentai. I imagine people will take sides. People have their preferences. Completely fine. But Power Rangers is cool. Your suit is pretty cool. Shark Boy.
Thanks.
Okay, do you like sharks? Is that a thing? Like, I'm interested in your suit.
Ironically, am terrified of sharks.
Same. Anything under the water in the sea, I have that. What's it called? What? Thasiophobia? Something like that.
Is that what it's called?
Something like that. It's basically part of the fear of the ocean. Even though me personally, I grew up near the ocean. I'm Puerto Rican, so I'm basically like grew up in an island and surrounded by ocean, and I hate the ocean. Yeah. I hate it.
Fair.
So sharks has always been like something. Well, I found out that sharks were actually pretty cool recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if you saw the video of a shark with a shark came up to a boat and it had a turtle in its mouth and it brought it to fishermen. And apparently the turtle had like garbage, like something that was choking it and it was infected. Oh. So the shark literally like just dropped off the turtle in the fisherman's boat and left. And then the fisherman took care of the turtle, released it back into the sea. I'm like, oh my God, sharks are freaking sick, man. Oh
sharks are the Spider-Man of the sea.
Yeah, seriously. Man, before we started the show, it's nothing but Spider-Man this, Spider-Man that.
Look, I had just finished the game. What do you want from me?
I hear it was pretty good. I have played a little bit of the first one. I
highly recommend finishing it.
Yeah, that's what all day, every day. People tell me to finish it or to play it, but there's a lot of different games out there, and me and games have just like this weird relationship where I'm like, I'm gonna play that, and I add it to it's like a buffet, add it to the plate, and then you're like, I'll play that, I'll play that. You keep adding until it gets really full, and you're like, oh my God, there's no more space for games that I want to play, and you leave the plate alone. The game
companies were not kind to us this winter, this fall, in October, November. Like, I mean, what did they come out with? Other than Spider-Man, they came out with Super Mario Wonder. Coming out with Alan Wake 2 tomorrow, or today, actually.
Yeah, today. Yep.
Next month, we've got the new Persona game, the new Persona 5 Tactica. We've got Super Mario RPG. They came out with Sonic Superstars. I know that they're coming out with something else. I can't remember. But there's just so many games.
That's just one quarter. Like, think about this year. Like, Final Fantasy...
16,
Baldur's Gate.
Oh my God, Starfield.
Starfield. There's one more, I swear to God. Oh, Armored Core.
6.
Exactly. So there's so many different games that come out this year, and it's insane with games.
Disgaea 7 came out. Yeah.
But okay, keep going with the shark. We went off a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the reason I did a shark is because when I was doing my IRL channel before VTubing, me and my buddy had a joke that one of the characters I voiced, he had a shark suit, but it wasn't like this. It was a shark suit like similar to Katy Perry's Left Shark. And
like
so people are
Bowl?
like, when are you gonna? Yeah. This terrible suit. So people are like, when is your VTuber gonna get that shark suit? You know, the Katy Perry one. And I was like, look, if I'm gonna get a shark suit, it's gonna be something cool. I'm not gonna waste money on this Katy Perry shark suit for a digital version of the exact same shark suit.
Okay. So it's primarily the Katy Perry inspired.
Yeah, that's what it's right. So then I was like, well, I'll give people what they want, but I'm gonna do it my way. And I really wanted Power Rangers and something with like a little bit of a Mega Man aesthetic. So that's how we ended up with this.
Is that where the flashing comes from? The blaster? Is that you charging up your blaster?
Yeah.
Okay, so then, with that being the case, it had nothing to do with like Shark Boy and Lava Girl, nothing like that.
Nope, no, it didn't.
You ever get that at all? Are you a big fan of Taylor Lautner? Huh?
No, I have gotten the Shark Boy and Lava Girl thing, which is really funny. But
you imagine if Monarch actually got like a Lava Girl like thing? You guys could actually be Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
They did it. There was a while ago that they had a design and it wasn't Lava Girl, but it was red. And I was like, you can't do that.
You don't do it.
You can't do it. It wasn't even because it was the color red. It was a different inspiration. And I don't know if I'm not going to say it out loud because it's like one of those where I'm not even sure if like she still wants to do it or if it's like, maybe in the future it'll be a funny story, but yeah.
Okay. The Shark Boy is the first thing that I thought, and I'm like, he's probably gotten that a lot.
Oh yeah. Not as much as you would think.
Okay, well that's good. So then, dude, I'm so curious because you mentioned that you had an IRL channel and you did a lot of IRL content. Actually, you had a really big IRL channel and stuff, and you decided to. Well, actually, not just an IRL channel. You do a shit ton of stuff. Like that's not including like the voice acting, the VTube, the IRL stuff. But you also do like animation. You also do you also do like a whole bunch of like I think you even did you do music too at some point?
I still do.
Yeah, you still do. Yeah, music, you do a shit ton of stuff. So then I want to ask like what really interested you in VTubing in particular?
Well, originally when I wanted to start VTubing, I wanted to just do it as a joke. Like I was like, maybe I'll do like this dressed up as like one of the characters I voice, and then it'll just be a fun old gag. And then when I tweeted about it, I was like, hey, so I'm thinking about doing a VTuber for a gag. Like anybody has suggestions? And then I got messaged by Iron Mouse.
Of course, that freaking girl, dude. Okay,
yeah. This was back in I think late 2020. And she was like, hey, if you're going to make a VTuber, I can help. And I was like, all right. Cool. I mean, I wanted it as a gag. And they're like, no, do it like for real. And I was like, okay, I guess. And the whole point of Sayu was to, it was like, okay, worst case scenario, if I don't like VTubing, I have a mascot for my song covers. Right, because that's something I wanted. Because before my cover band used to be known as Weeby, which was short for Weeb or We Believe. Like it was a very cheesy name. I recently changed it to just Sayu, like Sayu on like streaming platforms and Sayu Music on YouTube. Because like people were like, "Wait a minute, you sing?" And I was like, "Yes." You know what? Let me just make it easier on everybody and just call it Sayu. And it's the same music, but yeah, it all happened because I wanted to do I just wanted to do a gag and then Mouse hit me up and then it kind of went from there. Real. Yeah, and the design is like a combination of like the original design, not this one, obviously, because this is more we talked about it like Power Rangers and stuff, but like the original design was like a combination of like Mega Man. There's this game that was inspired by Mega Man called the Azure Striker Gunvolt series. Then it was also Cave Story and a little bit of Shaman King. So just kind of combining my favorite aspects of those characters and putting them into one.
Okay. That's how it kind of started. Wow. That's to be honest, I was not everyone has their own specific reasons why they start VTubing. I think the biggest one is probably the privacy aspect. So it's really fun
Sure.
to see the, people that do both, to see like what their reason is. So I was not expecting Iron Mouse to be one of the primary reasons why he started.
Well, like, I mean, it was one of those where it was like, for me in my life, whether it's whatever I'm doing, I'm like, if I'm having fun with it, then I'll keep doing it. If I'm not having fun, then I'm not going to continue doing it. And
that's like everything else in life. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, good. Okay, so then what's Sayu? So Sayu, I know that you said it was primarily because of your music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what is Sayu? Like what sparked
The name?
The name, yeah.
Okay, so at the time it was a joke, and now it's unfortunately real.
Okay.
So the name is a short name for cyborg seiyu, and seiyu is the Japanese word for voice actor in Japanese. Like that's what they're called over in Japan.
Seiyu.
And the reason why it's cyborg seiyu, it's the first two letters of cyborg and the last two letters of seiyu. Put them together and you get Sayu. And the reason I did that is like, there's a buddy of mine. His name is KG Tang, and he's a voice actor, and he's the voice of Gojo and Jujutsu Kaisen and a bunch of other things. He would always joke about being like, one day robots are going to take over voiceover, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And now it's unfortunately real with AI.
Oh god.
Yeah, so I'm just like, man, when you take a joke and it becomes real, man, that sucks.
AI in particular scares the shit out of me. I imagine, I don't know what your stance on like AI and stuff like that is, because I hear that's a big huge deal when it comes to certain games using, like there's the whole debate of, okay, where did the voice come from? Like the AI, like if it's somebody else's property, intellectual property, then it's bad. But I don't know like exactly, because AI is so it's such a like a flimsy topic, I feel like, with that type of stuff. But like when it comes to AI, do you think there is a place for it in the voice acting community?
It maybe in the future, if it's done, if it's regulated, and if everything is consensual and done with permission, because right now it isn't. And that's what sucks. Like I've had, like, not only have I had my own voice AI for like music, which is silly because I do song covers. Yeah. But I'm just like, guys, if you wanted to hear me sing, it's over there. But it's not just that. Like the reason I was like, you know what, AI really does suck. Like this is the worst thing. I saw a buddy of mine who passed away, unfortunately, a year ago. His voice was AI because people were like, it's really funny to hear the song of the voice of this character sing a song. And I was like, you know how disrespectful that is?
It's very.
Absolutely. And I get, and the thing is that, like, to an extent, I get it. Fans are just trying to have fun. Like, I mean, with all those SpongeBob song covers and everything in between, they're like goofy. I agree. Like, don't get me wrong.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like, and I understand that it's all in good fun, but at the end of the day, it's like, there's a boundary and it's being crossed because there is no way to regulate it at the moment, you know? And that is like something that needs to happen before anyone can be like, before voice actors can be okay with the technology of voiceover or AI. That's what I meant.
I agree 100% because I mean, and I agree 100% with like those goofy covers, but I feel like right now, you know, we're in like the Wild West of AI, which means that, while there's a lot of cool, goofy stuff that could be for fun, you could also have to think of the other side of the coin, which is the absolute worst case scenario, which is taking somebody's voice that is no longer with us, or whatever the case may be. Like, you have to think about those things too. And no, that makes absolute sense. But I will say that one thing that I do find funny is definitely the goofy covers, like SpongeBob singing whatever song and Dio singing whatever song. That shit's funny. However, like I've come to find like a bunch of AI covers of like people that you wouldn't exactly like. For example, like Hololive VTubers. Really? Them singing English songs in their voice. It feels weird. It's like, I don't know what it is, but it's fucking weird.
There was one that threw me off, and I got reminded by your Crocs. I saw one on TikTok where it was have you seen Encanto, the Disney movie?
Yeah, the movie. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, so they did We Don't Talk About Bruno, but it's the entire Sonic cast. And I'm like,
oh shit.
Yeah, and it's so funny because I was like, there's no way this sounds like that. And the only one that you could tell was really AI was Shadow, because Shadow was the sister with the flower powers, and I thought that was hilarious. But like it's one of those things where you're like, wow, this is the future. This is technology. Like this is scary, you know. But and if it was all regulated and all consensual, I'm like, yeah, this is great. This is really funny. This is great. Like absolutely.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
So to go, but yeah, AI is insane. Well, so I want to go back to the VTuber stuff real quick. But,
yeah.
So, do you have any inspirations, like VTuber inspirations and stuff?
Oh, like VTubers out there in the world.
Yeah. So we could talk about like what kind of inspired, well, not inspired, but like who did you watch prior to becoming a VTuber, if you did watch any, and if you have any now?
Back when I first started, apart from Mouse, I was a fan of and this was before I started. I watched Ollie quite a bit. Yeah. Yeah.
So from All Alive Indonesia.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah, no, she's very funny. Her, and then as I started VTubing, I was a fan of this one just because I really liked his design. Lord Commander, who isn't VTubing anymore, but he was really funny.
Nah, he's awesome.
I
just recently met him actually, and he's
really
awesome. Yeah. I just recently
he's a super cool and nice dude.
Yeah. So then those, and then do you have any? Okay, do you have an Oshi?
So I don't know if Oshi is what, like that one VTuber or one person that you like admire and aspire to be or something.
From my understanding, an Oshi, I think might be like
it means favorite.
Like it's like your favorite. Like who do you really like? You have like a very favorite VTuber. Like who's your Oshi? Like a lot of people, I'm pretty sure would say, because I don't have an Oshi. Everyone tells me, oh, this is your Oshi, that's your Oshi, whatever. I don't have an Oshi because I like too many, and I feel like pointing it down would be too much. But there's a lot of people, like for example, like if you've seen like Kiara from HoloLive, like she has the KFP. Like everybody in the KFP, it's like, oh yeah, that's my Oshi, of course. And you have the Oshi marks, which is like who they see that mark, they're like, okay, you like that person. So who's yours if you have one, or if you would like one? If you don't have one, let's see who you would like.
I don't know if I have a current Oshi, but I will say I do like the two new Vishojo members a lot, Matata and Kudo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tara and Kuro, are they your new Oshis now?
I mean, if I had to pick a new one, sure. Yeah, it'd be a fight between those two for sure.
You could even say at this point, Oshi is so loosely like thrown around that you could probably even say like you could like have a Genshin character as your Oshi.
Oh my god! Well,
like
if that's
like
the
from
case,
games, from like
it's
games. And
Nouvelette, baby.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Who was it?
Nouvelette. He's from Fontaine and he's voiced by Ray Chase.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look at it because we're gonna talk about Genshin later. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
About that. Because I have to. No, yeah, the VTuber inspiration is always a really fun thing to see. But I didn't know that. You could say that your Oshi is Iron Mouse. You could say that Mouse is your Oshi.
I could say that.
I could say that.
Iron Mouse is probably the one that I always go back to. I like constantly switch between like who I'm watching, like VTubing wise. I like jump from like. There will be a period where I'm on YouTube solely watching people stream, and then there's a period where I'm on Twitch solely watching streams. Right now, I'm in my Twitch era. Yeah. But like not that long ago, I was on YouTube watching a bunch of the Niji Sanji people. But now I'm on like my Twitch era, and right now I'm like switching between like Mouse, DMs, and Treya, Giga, Matara, and Kuro whenever I can catch them live.
That's
but
awesome.
Like yeah, I tend to go back to watch a lot of the new Niji boys like Hex, Vox, and Crow.
Of course.
Yeah.
So then, are you gonna be doing any? Do you know about the new Twitch thing? Right? Are you gonna be doing any multi-streaming anytime soon at all?
Oh, I did hear about that. I don't know. I might give it a shot, like to test out the waters and see how it works. Because there was a period where I was like, once a week I'll stream on YouTube. So maybe I'll be like, hey, once a week we'll do a multi-stream, see how it goes. Like, because I don't know how you would go about setting up a multi-stream like through YouTube. Would you also have to make a thumbnail, or does it just here you go?
I think so. I think there's a program, or I'm sorry, a website that does it for you.
I know there's a Restream.
Yeah,
I know that's a thing. Yeah.
But I don't know how it works. I was thinking about it myself as well. I think everybody should kind of try it out just to test out the waters, like just to kind of see, like, why not? It's a new toy that Twitch gave us to play with. Why not?
Yeah.
So,
well, new toy or like
new to Twitch,
old toy revisited.
new to Twitch, I should say. The Twitch
new
is like Apple.
New to the people who are on Twitch for the last 5 years, not the last 10 years.
God, that shit still really like blew my mind that Twitch didn't allow that shit, dude. It's incredible, but that's neither here nor there. When it comes to so by the way, you said that you were gonna have a new model coming up soon. Do you have any time frame at all?
I'm thinking January.
Okay.
I'm debating between the first half and the second half. Literally, it all just depends when I get everything ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the new model. I'm also thinking of getting like, I'm trying to get a song done with it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it's so funny because Monarch gave me the idea. She saw the model. She saw the model and she was like, "So you're covering this when you're releasing this model, right?" And I was like, "Well, now that you brought it up, I feel like I kind of have to."
You should. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
So okay, hold on. Just real talk. Just
okay.
Leak to me at least exclusive.
Oh, to you? Yeah. If you
not
don't,
to me.
Not
to them. No. I've seen
I've
seen a bunch of new models coming out. I've seen Lilies. I've seen Chibis. I've seen there's a lot of them that are coming out that are in the works.
Here, I'll delete it after
delete it as soon as I see it. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. All right.
It's processing. There it goes. There it goes.
Holy shit.
Okay, I'm gonna delete it now.
Yeah, delete it. Make sure it's all gone. There we go. It's gone. Okay.
That's a good reaction.
That is actually so fucking dope. That's actually some fucking dope action.
Yeah. Here's the one hint. Here's the one hint I'll give chat.
Okay.
It's very Star Force reminiscent. If you're a fan of Mega Man Star Force, you'll like this model.
I didn't know what that was until he was telling me.
Yeah, until I brought it up to you earlier. Yeah.
I have no idea. I guess it's a Mega Man thing. I don't know.
Yeah. It's the sequel. It's the sequel to Battle Network.
I gotta play the. I might play that on my own time. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I would recommend playing those on your own for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of because you have to level up a lot and you have to like. Fight.
Yeah. It's a bit of a grind fest, but it's a fun time.
Oh, absolutely. So with that being said, all right, we gotta talk about your voice acting stuff because I was telling him prior to the stream, and I imagine you've been on plenty of like panels or whatever talking about your voice acting stuff. So I just to let you know, just to tell you guys about what I was going through researching this motherfucker. Okay, I was literally like, I thought, oh, cool VTuber, and he does some voice acting. You know, that's really awesome.
Yeah,
I thought it was
just a few, a few.
Exactly. I thought it was like a like a CDawg VA type of thing where it's like mainly content creator, but then voice acts like a few things and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's cool. Voices some Genshin character. And then I started looking at his stuff, and I'm like, oh, this guy's a fucking big deal, actually. This guy's actually kind of a big deal.
I missed a big deal over here.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, oh my God, there's actually a lot here that I was not realizing or was not expecting to see. So let's go ahead and just the first question, just like right off the riff, okay? What was your first voice acting job that you've ever gotten?
Question for you. Starting out or professionally, like in the industry?
Starting out. And
okay,
let's go both.
Okay, starting out, technically, I worked on a project with a buddy of mine. I was 14, a freshman in high school.
Okay.
And a buddy of mine, we used to make these things called machinimas, which is like using. Have you ever seen Red versus Blue?
I have, back in the day. Yeah.
It's essentially that. Like we would take like Halo or like other video games and make a film. Like that's what we would do.
Okay.
and he was making his own series online on YouTube, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to be a cop?" And I was like, "Bro, I'm 14. I'm still going through puberty." And he's like, "Yeah, I really need a gritty cop." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll be a gritty cop." Let me use a pitch filter. So I used a pitch filter, and that was the very first thing I ever did, and it kind of exposed me to it, not knowing what it was. If that
like
makes
the
sense.
world of VAing, pretty much.
Yeah, like not knowing what it was, because I was like, oh, I'm a fan of anime and I like cartoons and that kind of thing, but I had no idea what I was doing. I just thought I was reading off a script.
Okay.
And then I eventually I like did research and I was like, oh, that's what this is. Okay. And then my very first thing that I did professionally in the industry, I worked on Fairy Tale. The very first anime I worked on. Yeah,
Who were you?
I was a character called Drake the Sniper.
Yo,
he was the one character in that magical world that had a gun, and it was in November of 2015.
wow.
Yeah,
time.
I remember I was so excited that after my session, I got home and I ended up with a fever from the adrenaline.
Oh shit! You got so hyped up that you got sick from it.
Yeah.
What the hell? Holy crap, dude!
I was a huge fan of Fairy Tail, and I'm just a huge fan of Hiro Mashima, because I knew of Fairy Tail because I was a fan of Rave Master, which was the show previous to Fairy Tail. I was like, yeah, Haru Glory, musical, all this stuff, and then when Fairy Tail came out, I was like, oh yeah, this is even better. And and Eden Zero is the newer show, and I wish more people knew about it because it's really cool. It's just One Piece in space. That's literally all it is.
You know, I love One Piece.
Literally just that. Yeah.
Oh, One Piece is fucking awesome. So
yeah.
One Piece in space sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Wow, I was not expecting you to be the first one professionally was going to be Fairy Tail.
Yeah, I auditioned for it. And I auditioned for it in October, September or something. And that was the first time I went. It was my first in-person audition. Like, they had me go into the studio to read for it.
That's another thing. Yeah, do they do that like over? I always wonder if they did that over calls or if they did that in person for you to show up.
They do that now over calls. Back in the day, it used to be like most, if not all, the auditions were in person.
Okay.
Now after COVID, like, I mean, most, if not all, of the auditions were remote. Even before COVID, like, it's funny because when it came to like auditioning for like Funimation, which is now Crunchyroll, it was a lot of in-person auditions, and we would bring up, it's like, hey, can we do like at-home recordings, like auditions? And they're like, maybe, depends on the director and their time. But then when I moved to LA, my agent, every audition I got was remote. The only time I would ever go in person was for like a callback. So like a second audition. Yeah.
Okay. So then, do you prefer in call or in person, or do you prefer on call? Like remote?
Honestly, I
does
just
not matter?
prefer. I'd prefer to just do it remotely, like for the audition, because it's so funny. Because like I got an audition the other day, being like, hey, they need you in person. Are you willing to do it? And I was like, why? I'm like, what do you mean why? And I was like,
why?
Dude, this studio is an hour away from me. Why am I gonna go for a 10-minute audition?
Not wrong. Very based.
Yeah, like, look, the thing is that, look, when I was first starting out, I was like, absolutely, I'll fly out, I'll drive anywhere, I'll do this, that, and the third. But now I'm like, guys, it's gonna take me 2 hours, because 1 hour to get there, I do the audition, and then I drive back, and that's another hour.
That's 2 hours of your day.
It's just silly when we could just do it remotely. Like, back then, I didn't have the equipment to do it remotely, so I was like, yeah, absolutely, I'll go in person, I'll drive the hour, whatever.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, guys, I have a studio at home with a microphone that is literally the microphone they have in that booth.
Dude,
I can
that must
just
feel
do it
so
from
nice.
home. Yes, it's great. And the thing is that if I have to go in person for a session, that's fine. But I just thought the audition, going in person for this audition, I was like, this seems silly to me. I don't get it.
Is there? I guess I don't know if I should ask this. Is there a role that you would like literally go through hell and back, crawl to the in person if you had to?
So many.
Oh, yeah?
So many.
Oh yeah.
Are you kidding me?
What?
I mean, I would be crawling on the floor auditioning for specifically Spider-Man 2099, specifically Miguel O'Hara. I
see.
would literally
You could
do
do
that
it.
for, yeah, bilingual motherfucker.
Yeah, dude, you are Miguel. You are Miguel 100%.
Yeah. Anything related to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
Anything related to Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, wow.
Anything related to future Mega Man game of any kind.
Okay. Yeah, that one's obvious. Okay.
Star Wars as well.
Okay.
And there's an anime coming out called Kaiju number 8.
Okay.
I absolutely love that manga. And an anime is coming out next year. And I'm like, here's the thing. I don't even want to be the main character. There is like, I would love to be the main character, but I'm not like, if I'm not the main character, the show sucks. It's not even that. I just want to be in that show.
Yeah, I just want to be a part of it. Just let me tell my
Yeah.
friends that I was at least a part of it, so I can rub it in their face
Dude,
or something.
this is the first manga that I've collected since Rave Master, and Rave Master was publishing back in like 2005.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so I haven't collected a manga since, and this is the first one where I'm collecting every single physical copy. So I'm like, I need to get in there, please.
I imagine it's about monsters, right? Kaiju.
It is so the TLDR of the show is the main character is a 32-year-old man, which never happens in a Shonen Jump anime or a manga. He actually failed to become one of these soldiers to take down the kaijus. And at the start of the manga, he is actually part of the cleanup crew. Because it's like, what happens to the giant monsters? How do they vanish? They have a cleanup crew that literally gets rid of it. And he's part of that cleanup crew. New kid joins, tells him he's a loser. Guy saves him afterwards because they almost died by a kaiju. New kid is like, hey, did you know they actually increased the age gap to join the kaiju fighting force? And they're like, what? Yeah, it's 33 now. So he has a second chance at doing it. And the moment he's like, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna be one of the soldiers, this little parasitic kaiju goes inside his body, Venom style, and he essentially becomes the kaiju number 8, because the ones that are specifically called kaiju numbers are these special grade type of kaijus. And if you look up the cover of kaiju number 8, it's that guy.
Oh, well, that's a cool premise, actually.
Yeah, and the kaijus are drawn like hollows from like Bleach, while the humans are drawn very like cartoonish style, like kind of My Hero kind of thing. It's super cool. Highly recommend.
I like the distinction between. That's why I like One Punch Man a lot, because they make a big distinction with whenever he's relaxed versus when he's serious.
Yes.
I like that a lot. But that sounds really cool. Kaiju number 8. If you want to be a part of it, just anything.
Yeah.
Just crawl to the freaking studio yourself.
Please,
Please let me be a part of it.
please.
Okay. Okay, so then with that being the case, oh God, there was another thing. See, my brain sometimes it's like, oh my God, I have a question. And then all of a sudden it just like completely leaves my brain. And I'm just stuck here like with an empty brain, which I'm like, are you going to fill it up with another question maybe or something like that?
I'm the same way.
But okay, so when it comes to shows and games and stuff like that, you already went through that. Is there a specific character that you love? Like, let's say that a show got remade or it's getting recasted or something, and you just one character that you want on your resume as more like a trophy than anything else. Which character would that be?
Oh man,
If
that's
there
so
is
tough. From anything.
From anything, and it doesn't matter.
All right. The first one that came to mind, I'll say probably, and this is me saying if they decided to like step down, if the studio decided to do a complete recast,
Exactly.
like
Hypothetical.
Total hypothetical. Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Okay.
Yeah.
Why is Shadow so popular?
I mean, I grew up with Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, I mean, Sonic Adventure 2, Shadow the Hedgehog game.
Okay.
I mean, to me, the coolest Sonic characters were Shadow, Knuckles, and Espio. So.
What's his shadow? What is his shadow? What?
What's the shadow sound like?
People are asking, I guess. What does your shadow sound like? Like,
Oh
what
God!
would
I
it
did
be?
a clip of it. I did a clip of it on Twitter like a few months back, and I felt really bad. I felt really bad because like they started making articles how I might be the new Shadow voice, and I was like, no, that's not. No, especially because it was like around the time Sonic Prime was coming out or about to.
Okay.
And man, the actor for Shadow in Sonic Prime is so good. He might be my favorite Shadow that I've heard thus far.
Oh wow. So I have to look it up. Shadow or Sonic Prime. I
yeah. Oh,
heard
Netflix show. It's a great animated show. Yeah, it's a multiverse Sonic series. It's so cool.
Okay.
And I guess I mean, what the hell does Shadow say? My name is Shadow. I am the ultimate life form. Chaos control. I don't know, something like that.
Bro. Okay, listen. I used to play the Sonic game called Sonic Battle. Okay?
Yeah, dude, I fucking love that game.
I love the shit out of that game, and I don't know why, but I started having like Shadow flashbacks from when I played that game because his launcher was him going bam, like with the two fists and shit. And I'm like, damn, as soon as you said that chaos control, like a picture of him like floating up in the air, going like this, just came up. That was really fucking good.
Yeah, I'm glad. But yeah, in a hypothetical universe, yeah.
Yeah, of course, hypothetical. Absolutely. Don't make articles about this, you bitch. Fuck you.
Yeah, I felt really bad because like literally the entire Sonic Prime team, they sound so good. I'm actually really happy with it because Devin Mack is the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog, which is really cool. And I always feel bad. So I'm looking this up. I always feel bad that I don't remember Shadow's actor's name. His name is Ian Hanlon, and he also voices Big the Cat in that show. And he's
Big the Cat.
He's so good. His Shadow is probably my favorite Shadow voice thus far that I've heard to this day.
That's freaking oh my god, dude. It's just it's because I always see in the VTuber community, everyone's like they compliment their voice and stuff. People have very distinct ones, but when it comes to, and there's of course VTubers that are voice actors, but it's kind of a different animal when you actually hear like a professional. Like I have not heard that shit before, like in my fucking life. Okay, that shit was like legit good.
I'm glad.
Okay, so with that being said, I even fucking forgot what I was gonna say next. I'm like, holy shit, dude. Can we just get that shit and like mod it into my Sonic Battle game real quick?
Damn, there it is.
What?
I wanted to hear Shadow talk about Latinas.
Oh my god, have you actually heard? So the Jason Griffith, the second voice of Shadow, he actually did that line. The Latina Sonic.
What the fuck?
There's actually a clip of him. One of the previous Shadow the Hedgehog official voices. It's like, I just love Latina Sonic. And I'm like, bro.
I just love Latinas.
It was so good.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. And it's really cool. So speaking of the Spanish stuff, it's really awesome you're my first ever like Latinian guest on the show, which is great. I'm actually like very, very excited for this because I actually really wanted to know, did you ever, as a voice actor, have an accent? And when did it go away if you did?
As a voice actor, no. It's so funny enough. So I'm from Ecuador, right?
Ecuador,
like my first language is Spanish. And I lived in Ecuador for the first 6 years of my life. I was born in America, but then like literally when I was a baby, we flew back out to Ecuador.
Okay.
And then when I was 6, I moved to America, specifically Miami, Florida.
Of course.
Yeah, it's always Miami.
Florida.
Yeah, Florida. Florida.
Wait a minute. Holy shit.
305.
Is that actually, isn't there a rapper called that?
Yeah, Pitbull.
No. Like Flo Rida.
Yeah.
Or is it Low Rida?
It's Pitbull. It's Pitbull.
Is it Pitbull? No.
It is Pitbull.
Which was the one that did the Apple Bottom Jeans song?
Not Pitbull.
Not Pitbull. Apple Bottom Jeans, boots with the fur. Like that song? Wasn't that Flo Rida? No shot. Wait, hold on. We're looking it up.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm right.
It is Flo Rida.
What?
That was made by Flo Rida.
Featuring T-Pain.
Featuring T-Pain.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's Flo Rida.
There's an artist named Flo Rida. Well, I always knew Pitbull as Flo Rida. Well, just letting you know, I'm uneducated.
Dude, no, but I'm still like getting my. I used to listen to that song at like middle school, all middle school dances and shit. Apple bottom jeans.
Oh yeah.
Boots with and then Flo Rida has always been.
Dude, my TikTok last
Florida,
night
bro.
when I scrolled through it, someone did it as like, what if Florida was a musical, and they did that. They did that song specifically as like a love ballad.
Oh my god.
And there she
That would be a
was,
musical I'd watch.
looking at her. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, Shorty got low. And I was like, bro,
You need a
what
guitar,
the hell
bro.
am I listening to?
You need a guitar,
It was really
man,
funny.
with the
Yeah.
with the acoustics and shit. Oh my god.
But to go back, no, I don't. I got like I didn't get rid of my accent, but like it's very minimal.
Does it come out
and-
sometimes?
I don't even know. Like I don't even think about it. Like sometimes I guess like it unintentionally comes out, but it like I don't have the accents like my siblings do. My siblings have a very Floridian accent, and like my the accent I have is like very clean until certain words. I've even gotten told by some colleagues that it's like, are you like from New York? I was like, what? What are you talking about? It's like, yeah, just the way you say certain words, like sounds like you're from New York. Like you say like dog, and I was like, yeah, because it's a dog. Like dog, like
Dog.
yeah. And I was like, I don't know, maybe I watched a lot of mafia like movies when I was growing up. He's like Godfather and shit. What do I know? But yeah, no. Thankfully, it's never happened like that. There was one time where it was. I don't know if I should say this. It's fine. It was I won't say like what happened specifically, but this is probably the first time I ever experienced racism in like in the booth.
I see.
It was like I was working on a project. I can't remember what it was, and I was having trouble saying a line. Like it was specifically like saying a word followed by a word that started with the letter N, and
Okay.
it just wouldn't come out right. And the director was like, "No, you're saying it wrong. Like it's, you know what it is? It's probably due to the English being your second language." And I was like,
Ooh.
Was that racist? Like it was like I literally like my brain went like error 404. You know what I mean? Because I was like,
yeah, no.
I was like,
The dial-up sound.
yeah, like
Yeah.
did that just happen? Like it was one of those. It took me like a full like 30 seconds, and they were like, "Hello, yeah."
You need to compose
that was-
yourself for a bit.
That was racist, right? Like that was racism.
Damn.
Yeah, but that's probably like, and there have probably been instances similar to that. Not the racist part, but like where I have accidentally like not been enunciating certain words.
Yeah.
Like I know when I was first starting out, I had trouble saying actually. I would say actually. I
That's
take up the
cute.
C. Yeah. Actually. Oh, another one to this day, I still think it sounds weird to me is completion.
Completion.
Because I used to say completion. Yeah.
Okay.
But
do me a
yeah,
favor.
yeah.
Say, do you know that like Domino's?
Uh-huh.
What
Domino's
do they
pizza.
sell?
Pizza.
Okay.
What do you think I was gonna say?
Okay, so
Pizza?
the pizza is very funny when it comes to like Spanish people because they sometimes say pizza,
Pizza.
like pizza, like with
pizza.
like peak and then sa like that.
O como Thanksgiving.
Yeah, like como Thanksgiving.
Yeah. My mom and I joke about Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving or oh, dude, my favorite one. Dude, now that you said that, like my favorite probably is Bibaburub. That one's probably like one of my favorites. Bibaburub, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Sometimes
My favorite is Spider-Man.
Spider.
Spider-Man. They always like every time the E, like the S sound. If a word
Yeah.
starts with an S, they always add an E because it's ese in Spanish,
Yeah.
right? When you say the letter,
Yep.
so
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. And I was like, you could just say hombre araña, mama. Like, what are you saying, Spider-Man? I remember I told that story to my friend once, and they would always joke and be like, "Oh, look who it is! It's Alejandro Esab." And I was like, "That's not how it works. That's not." And I was like, "That's not how you say the last name."
Oh my god, I fucking love it, dude. My mom says, so Chick-fil-A, she says a Chick-a-feely.
Chick-a-feely.
Chica
My
Fili.
my grandma used to say instead of YouTube, she'd be el ya tuve, ya tuve.
YouTube. Oh my god, I love it, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I don't know about you because your line of work, but sometimes I've missed my accent. Sometimes I'm like,
really?
I wish I had it back.
You know what it is? It's one of those things for me at least. It's almost like my accent it depends on the location I'm at. Because if I'm in the US, don't got an accent. Moment I go back to Ecuador, like South America, to hang out with relatives, immediately, like, English becomes my second language.
Yep.
I'd be like, pero ya tú sabes cómo que se dice
Spider-Man?
New York. Like, you know what I mean? It's like one of those SNL skits with, like, Pedro Pascal. It's like, ella se fue ahí a Trader Joe's.
Dude, immediately you don't even say it like you would say it in America. You would say like you would say it like how they would say it, like
exactly. You would say it like Spanglish, 100%.
Oh my god, dude, I relate to that so much. I actually going back to Puerto Rico like early next year. And,
that's awesome.
And every time I go there, man, it's like I go back. I go back a couple years from before I moved to America. And I'm just like, yeah. How do you say it? We're in New York. Let's see. Florida.
No, my mom always points it out. My mom always makes fun of me. She's like, have you noticed that whenever you go back to Ecuador, you curse way more? And I was like, look, it's just the Spanish curse words are so much more fun.
I gotta say, man, like, even though I've been speaking Spanish my whole life, I will say that Spanish has top tier curse words.
100%.
I think English is like mid tier.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I've seen the Japanese ones, and they are very powerful, but I feel like they're also pretty mid.
Sure.
When it comes to
sure.
I don't think I can think of, well, I don't know, I have not studied like a bunch of like all the languages, but I don't know, man. I think Spanish is like, I don't know if I'm being elitist with the Spanish, but like,
no, it's nostalgia. It's nostalgia talking.
Dude, I swear to God, man, there's no one as passionate when they swear at people or insult people as Spanish people. I don't know what it is. It's something else.
One of my favorites is just saying "hijo de la gran puta."
Hijo de la gran puta. Coño.
Coño tu madre. It's so funny because, like, and I've talked to Mouse and like other Spanish speaking people about it. Like, it's the different curse words, like, depending on where you're from, like what country, because in Ecuador there is a socojudo, which I'm pretty sure is it's a very Ecuadorian one, and it's like calling someone a dumbass. Right.
Socojudo.
Socojudo. And it's just very specific. But God, there was I don't know about you, but my mom, and I don't know if this is a lie, but I kind of believe it because it has a little bit more power.
Okay.
The word stupid in Spanish.
Oh.
Growing up, to me, they were like, that's a curse word, mijito. And I was like, really? And they're like, because if you hear it, in English, it's stupid. Oh, you're so stupid. But in Spanish, eres un estúpido. And it's like, God, the ferocity of saying it.
Yeah, I never even thought about that, actually. Estúpido. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Just something visceral about it.
I'm trying to think of another word that might be a little bit more visceral in Spanish. I mean, like, I always think the word like, like there's like shit eater. Right?
Come mierda.
Come mierda. There's something about come mierda that's a little bit more.
Yeah,
I want to say pungent.
Yeah, I feel like if you try to say that direct translation in English, it's a shit eater, and it doesn't make sense. If you were to adapt it, it would be you're full of shit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not the same.
Nope. No, it's not. And the thing is, I think it's because English has too many words. So you can throw it around, and it kind of becomes a little bit more tame over time because like there's so many words that you can rearrange it with. But with Spanish and with other languages, they literally there's only one way to say this, and it's the only way, and that way is always going to be more powerful.
100%.
Oh man, I love it. So then what's your favorite insult? Is it still, what was it again?
Hijo de la gran puta.
Okay, what was the other one? The sacojudo?
Socojudo.
Socojudo.
That's my dad's favorite. Well,
socojudo.
Yeah. Oh, I really like. Well, there's the hijo de puta, right? Like just puta.
Uh-huh.
I used to call my old family dog. Whenever I'd see her, I'd either call her fea, which is ugly, or I'd be like putita,
Oh, putita.
my little bitch, putita.
Oh, that's really bad because I just got a memory unlocked. And I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. But my man, so was there ever a time where your dad would say something and your grandma got upset because he said it? Like a swear word, like don't say that.
No. My mom would, and it was really funny because I got in trouble when I was 3.
Uh-huh. Oh.
When I was 3, I said my very first curse word.
Okay.
And we had a nanny, right? And there was one day my mom comes back home and she comes to me and she's like, Mijito, did you say this? And it's like, I did. And it's like, what exactly did you say? And I said, andate a la verga.
Oh.
Which to adapt it means go eat a dick.
Yep.
Right? But it's just, direct translation is go to dick, which doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Right. So my mom was like, okay, Mijito, I'm going to give you a special medicine that'll make you feel all better and you'll never say that word again. And she gave me a spoon and she's like, eat this. And I was like, okay. And I eat it and my mouth starts to burn. Turns out it was Tabasco hot sauce.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one. Holy shit.
And I was like, And then my mom's like, is it hurt? Okay, don't worry. I got it. She pulls out a piece of ice. Pushes it on my tongue. And I was like, and she goes, never curse again. And lo and behold, it did not help.
Never again, mijito. Never again.
Never again, mijito.
Never again. Holy shit. No, there was one that my dad would always say, and my grandmother always just got really upset. And it's probably because it's like overall kind of bad, but every time he said it, I would die laughing every single time. And that led me to be an adult now, and I laugh at it even now, and I know the repercussions of what he said.
That's awesome.
Do you know the do you know what an hostia is?
Yeah. Hostia. Yeah.
Hostia. All right. People that are religious, don't worry about this. This is just something my dad said, whatever. He would always say, me cago en la hostia. Me cago en la hostia, coño.
I'm assuming your grandma was religious, which is why.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So what an hostia is, chat. It's basically like the wafer, the cracker when you take the sacrament, whatever. And that he would say, I'm shitting on that. He's shitting on that. So it's basically a symbolism of he's shitting on the body of Christ.
God.
So my grandma would get so upset. And every time he said it, I would die. I was like 3, 4, 5, whatever. And I would die laughing.
That's pretty funny.
Because it sounded so fucking hilarious to me. But Spanish dude, is good to talk about Spanish with other Spanish people. I feel like people don't get it, but then when I talk to somebody that's Latinian, they're like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So then, all right, would you ever want to voice act? I mean, like, I know that you have voice acted before in Spanish and stuff like that. But if there were a character that you would want to voice act in Spanish because they would be fun, or it would just kind of translate well into Spanish. Have you ever thought about a character that you would want to do like that?
I mean, honestly, like, I don't know about full-on Spanish, but maybe like segments where it is Spanish. That's kind of why I really, that's why I really want keep thinking about Miguel O'Hara in Spider-Man. Like, I know that we keep going back to Spider-Man, but that is like legitimately my honest answer, because I have done like a full character in Spanish. I was in an anime called Megalobox. And
is that the boxing one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shit.
I was the spider in that. His name was Pepe Iglesias.
Iglesias. Okay.
Yeah, and they had me dub the entire thing in Spanish. Yeah. It's a fun show. The whole thing was in Spanish. The guy only spoke in Spanish, and they had me redo it all in Spanish. Yeah,
dude, that's actually kind of sick.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I always wanted to ask, then, with that being the case, when it comes to like your gigs and like the roles that you get, Is it mostly because, okay, I really like be honest here. Is it because you have a really good agent, or is it because of your Spanish charms? Like, come on now.
It's kind of a little bit of both, if I'm gonna be honest.
It's both? Okay.
Yeah. I love my agent. I'm very happy with them. I've been with them since like 2019. But I remember when I first joined, they straight up were just like told me, they're like, hey, you're like a little green. The main reason I got a meeting with them was because I got recommended by my VO teacher. His name is Richard Horvitz, and I owe a lot of credit to him. He voices Zim, an Invader Zim. He's Moxie and Hell of a Boss, which is where everybody starts freaking out.
I don't know I'm sorry, what's Hell of a Boss?
Hell of a Boss is an animated show on YouTube and stuff. So
okay.
It's a very adult cartoon.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. And he was the one who recommended me, and that's why they decided to hear me out. And then they were like, well, you're bilingual, and your voice is kind of like dynamic. We kind of need that. So if you're willing to give us a shot. And I was cool. So I worked with them. And the thing is that, like, if my Spanish charm is what got me through the door, the people that at least walked me up to the door is my agent. Because, like, I would not have half the opportunities if it wasn't for them. Like, the very first thing I booked with my agent was The Last of Us Part 2.
Shit.
Yeah, I was the first form of the male infected. So like whenever you're playing The Last of Us 2 and you see those just the straight up looking humans that are like attacking you, those are usually me if they're the males. But that was the first thing I booked with my agent. And I remember like after 6 months, I emailed them and I was like, hey, I was just curious, like what you guys think I should work on. Like we had a meeting and they're like, we're going to be honest. You're way better than we thought you were, which is great.
Damn.
Your video game reads are really good. But you're not funny. Your cartoons, you need to be funnier. And I was like, oh, well, damn. All right. Okay.
Well, shit.
I thought I was the funny guy. Well, shit. Okay. And then I started watching cartoons. I started watching cartoons because I really want to do more cartoons. Like I've done a few, and the cartoons I've done I've been very fortunate to do, but like I want to do more. And I started watching cartoons, and I was like, what do they mean by funny? What do they mean by funny? And I started noticing that a lot of modern day cartoons have comedians as part of the cast. And if you watch like DuckTales, Rise of the TMNT, even like a lot of just like the variety of different shows, when it comes to the more comedic stuff, it has usually comedians or people who are very witty and really good at improv. So I was like, oh, that's what they mean by funny. It's not that I'm not necessarily funny. It's just I'm not as funny or as witty as comedians. But yeah, I would definitely not have half the jobs as if it wasn't for my agent. Like, especially like being in Final Fantasy VII, being in Persona, being in like, in
which
Genshin.
By the way, I just heard. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Akihiko?
Yeah, Akihiko.
There we go.
Akihiko.
Akihiko. All right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I was so excited. I'm like, oh my God. That is so freaking cool because I played, for the longest time, I played a lot of, because Persona was always been a series that I always heard of. I played it first through Persona 4 Arena, which is the fighting game.
A fighting game.
Yeah, and after that, I started playing 5 and 4 and then 3 and stuff. And I always thought about, I've been waiting for this, like with the all-out attack. And I'm like, oh my God, when I play that shit, it's this guy right here. I've been waiting for this. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah. I'm really excited. I was really nervous because it's like, I mean, you're taking over for like Liam O'Brien, who did such a great job.
Yeah.
But I know how Persona fans are. Like they're very, look, I love Persona. Persona 5 is what won me over, but my first Persona game was Persona 4. I made the mistake of streaming it. Not knowing anything about Persona, I streamed it and people spoiled the game. They backseated. So I was like, well, I kind of don't like Persona, I guess. And then 5 came out. And and that changed my whole perspective of Persona. But it was really funny because like I've known that Persona has been part of the Shin Megami Tensei technically universe.
What do you mean? Persona came first. What are you talking about?
Oh my god.
What do you
my
mean?
first
What's
my first
Shin Megami? I don't know what that is.
That's just another title that happens
another
to use
Persona
the exact
spin-off?
same. Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Well, the first Shin Megami Tensei game I played was technically a spin-off. It was called Demi Kids. And it was Atlas's take on like Digimon or Pokemon. But using the exact same Shin Megami Tensei models, like the same old demons, the Pixie, Jack Frost, and I had a lot of fun with it. It was very weird, but I loved it. It was so cool.
There's I get reminded of how many like Shin Megami Tensei games.
Oh my god, yeah, Devil Survivor, like
I actually do want to play
Hacker.
Like, all jokes aside, I do want to play my first Shin Megami Tensei game, possibly. Who knows? But speaking of which, I also because you brought up a really good point, and have you ever dealt with like rabid fan bases because you voice act a specific character or because you did a specific job or something like that? Or has it so far been pretty good?
For the most part, it's been pretty good. I mean, the most rabid fan bases that I've dealt with, obviously Genshin. Persona is another one. And the Lego Monkey Kid fandom, which is very funny. I voice in an animated show called Lego Monkey Kid. And I took over the role because the original person who voice acted it was Billy Kometz, and he passed away, unfortunately. That was the friend I mentioned earlier.
I see.
And I took over as the role of Macaque, the six-eared Macaque, who is essentially the anti-hero of the show.
Okay.
And fans were really welcoming, but they are very rabid. Like, I did a cover of Peaches from the Mario movie. And in the Monkey Kid fandom, there is they call the ship between Macaque and Wukong Shadow Peach. So they all assumed I was doing the cover of Peaches because of Shadow Peach, and I was like,
"Oh Lord,
no, guys. I mean, I appreciate it, but no, I just like Jack Black."
Good Lord, come on, guys, it's not that deep. Come on now.
Yeah. But yeah, no, for the most part, it's been really good. There have been instances where it's like it's been a little crazy, but thankfully it's been good. Thankfully.
So I also wanted to talk about your YouTube stuff because you have a pretty sizable YouTube channel and stuff like that. So, and I always found the whole debate of like YouTuber voice actor or like content creator or like thing, that. Yeah, exactly. So like that has always been like fascinating to me because there's a lot of even now there is some YouTubers that have been getting roles and stuff like that. I think have you ever gotten a role because of your YouTube channel, or have you gotten something you sent your way because of your YouTube channel, or has it always been mostly just pretty cut and dry? Whatever you would do as a voice actor is how you got your roles.
I think funny enough, I think the fairy tale one might have been because of the YouTube channel.
And to be honest, there's nothing wrong with that because there's you have a portfolio and stuff like that, and that would be really good for. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is so I think the very first role I got, like in Fairy Tail, I think it was due to me doing Dragon Ball content back in the day, because the other two people who were in the guild were Scott Frericks, aka Kaiser Neko, and Nick Landis, who is Lanny Pator, and they were they worked on Dragon Ball Z Abridged. So the director, I think, wanted to do like a reference. It's like, all these guys are part of like the Dragon Ball like fandom in some way, shape, or form. So we all formed this guild, right? And I was like, then did I not earn this role? It was one of those things that it felt that way, but like now I'm like, well, it doesn't matter because like, I mean, I still gave the best performance I could at the time.
Correct.
And nowadays I do find it very funny. Because like there was a bit of a stigma when I was first starting out where it was like, if you were a YouTuber, it's like, oh, you're a YouTuber and you're doing voiceover. Okay. But it's like not even just in the internet. Like even among my peers, like some of them just didn't understand. Like if you were just coming out of the woodwork straight from YouTube doing some voiceover, people are like, but they didn't earn it. They just got followers, and then they're doing voiceover, like whatever.
Yeah.
But they don't realize the amount of stuff that people had to do to get there, right?
Exactly.
And now I do love how like some people, like I've seen with Persona, and I've seen with like even the Yakuza game with Yong Ya voicing the Dragon of Dojima.
Yeah, Kiryu,
Yeah, Kiryu. Like it's like, oh, they got these YouTubers off the side of the road. So I'm like, okay, are we just gonna erase the last like the last decade of career like half of us have had? Like even Sung Won. I'm like, bro, Sung Won has literally done cartoons, anime, video games, and you're just gonna be like, oh, that YouTuber ProZD. I'm like, shut up.
on.
Like it's like you're not going to erase the career that these individuals have had just to appease to your weird like headcanon of how events went about of someone getting a role. Like people audition for the thing, and I get it. Like if you're upset, like specifically, I can only talk about the Persona thing, right? Like I get if people are upset because the old cast didn't come back. Totally understand. Nostalgia is a big factor, and it's hard, especially when they did a game not that long ago, like back in 2018, I believe they did Persona 3 Dance.
Yep.
So I totally get that. Like, and the fact that it's just like, it's weird, but understandable, you know, because of the backlash of like people being like, I can't believe they recast everybody. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it does suck that you don't get to hear. But I think they just want to bring a new generation.
Yep.
I don't know, but that's just the way it is. But all that to say, like, the YouTube thing isn't. I don't think it's a right thing nowadays to just eliminate
off
an entire write off an entire person's career just because they happen to have another job. Like,
exactly.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, are you kidding me right now? Like,
what else am I supposed to do? Come on now.
Yeah, like some of these voice actors like used to be on radio. I mean, would you say that to Matthew Mercer, Laura Bailey, Travis Willingham, Liam O'Brien, like Sam Riegel? You know,
absolutely
and
not.
actually any of the Critical Role people, because Taliesin, because they're all on Critical Role, that's just silly, you know. Like you shouldn't do that just because they have some sort of internet content out there. And I do find it very funny that in the opposite end, I've had fans be like, "Do I have to make YouTube content or live stream to be a voice actor?" I'm like, "No, you don't.
No,
you do not have to do that." It's just a trend that people, like a lot of voice actors, took on because of COVID, and it's just something that I noticed. I do find it very ironic that people who were like, "You're a YouTuber," are now doing the thing. I do find that very entertaining for me. I'm like, I'm not gonna be the type to be like, you're Twitch streaming now? What happened? Like, I'm not gonna do that because I honestly don't give a shit. I just find it very funny.
Is that an inside joke, kind of with like the VAs and stuff? Oh, you're doing live streams now? Wow. No, really?
It's a joke for me. It's a joke for me because I have had like a few of them back in the day be like, oh, you Twitch stream? What's that? That's cute. Like, you know.
And now they're doing it.
Yeah. I do find it very funny. And like, I mean, people got bills to pay. Like, I can't blame them.
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, like the people that do voice acting and they do YouTube or stream and stuff are actually some of the most entertaining personalities.
Yeah, they're just wacky and fun to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, like yourself. I mean, we just talked about ProZD. We talked about what was the other one? Alex Lee.
Oh yeah,
another one.
Oh my god, yeah, he's a memer, that one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's like really entertaining to see like some of these voice actors actually have a personality outside of their work. And I like that a lot. And I don't understand. I mean, I get sometimes when people are like, oh, well, anytime I hear that character, I'm just going to think about this specific individual or something like that.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that the majority of the people that get roles, they have experience. It's not like, all right, I'm going to throw a little bit of shade, but like, it's not like in the, like, you know, the Lion King, right? Where you have the remake of the Lion King.
Sure.
And you have like people that have never voice acted or have never really acted or something, and they just get the role because maybe they're a big name or
celebrity
like
casting.
Yeah, celebrity casting and stuff like that. Like that, I understand. and that's a little bit more understandable. But I think the majority of the time, these people that get roles in games and in anime, for the majority, they have had prior like experience. They have had, I don't know, for training, but definitely experience.
Sure.
And they've usually, like 90% of the time, they do a great job.
Mm-hmm.
And I always love it when I actually recognize them. Like, for example, ProZD, he did Vasaraga and Grand Blue Fantasy Versus.
Yeah.
And when I heard him, I'm like, oh my God, that's him. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
He sounds so good.
Yeah, his
And I
range
just
is
love it.
crazy.
And I love it. So, but yeah, the whole debate with that has always been like a very interesting one to me, because it's funny how much people care.
Yeah.
Like
And it's just so interesting to me, because then it's always divisive. Because then you'll have people who are fans of them being like, oh my God, that's so awesome. Congratulations on doing the thing. And then there are other people who have never heard of the person, and they'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe they just like celebrity cast or like YouTube cast that person. Like there's no winning, you know?
Exactly. So, and then just to kind of go ahead, I love talking about that, but let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. And that is, okay. Since voicing Genshin, and this was coming. I have to ask it at least once.
Sure.
So, or at least a couple things. Since voicing in Genshin, has the game become at all somewhat like, you know how the whole argument of, hey, it's fun on your off time and you love it, but once it becomes your job, it all of a sudden becomes something like else. You see it differently. Have you seen Genshin differently since voicing in it, or do you still love it like the same way before voicing in it?
I don't think I love it as much as I used to, and it has nothing to do with me being in it.
Okay.
I've been a fan of Genshin since I wouldn't say the beginning, because when I first, I mean, like everybody and their mother was like, "Oh my God, it's just a Zelda clone or whatever."
Yeah,
and I fell under the impression, I'm like, "Oh, it is? Oh, okay, cool." But I gave it a shot, and I was like, "Okay." And then I waited a bit more, and then I was like, I'm still thinking about that one game I played that one time. All right, let me try it again. And that was like 2 weeks after that, and then I kept playing it. And I remember I was addicted for a while, and then I stopped playing it when Eula came around, because I stopped playing when who came out first, Eula or Xiao? It was one of them, and they screwed me over, and I stopped playing it because Xiao is the
arrow guy, the one.
No. Xiao is the he's with the mask, and he is Animo, but he's Spear and the mask, Oni
the
mask.
plunging guy. He plunges. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's a plunger.
When and Mario was a plumber. Anyway,
exactly.
Anyway, but yeah, like I fell off with it, and then I fell back in love with it, and I was on and off for a while. But when I was on it, I was playing it for hours. But I was a big fan of the game, and I remember I watched the Tevat trailer, and when I saw Sino, I was like, "Damn, that guy looks cool." I'll never get to voice him though. That would be a dream. And here we are. But after voicing Sino, I was just so excited to see how it would look animated. And I mean, I feel like everybody else, when the people that like Sino, I was like, I'm all about that Egyptian aesthetic, you know, like the Anubis and the Horus and all that stuff. So I was really excited about it. And right now with Genshin, it has nothing to do with me being in it and it becoming my job. In fact, I love playing the game when I can. It's just there's so much to do.
Amen.
And there are so many other games at the moment that are out. And for me to invest in Genshin right now, there is so much I have to do in the game in so little time. And just to level up and ascend a single character is a multi-day thing instead of like just something you can do in a single sitting, like in a few hours.
What are you talking about? You voice in Genshin. You must have $1 trillion. You can just buy a bunch of gems and just put them into the game. Yeah, just
here's the crazy part. If I could do that, I would do that. Like if I could pay money to level up my character, I would have, but I can't.
You can't even do that? Oh God.
Nope. You actually have to grind for the units, and you have to go exploring. Like, honestly, everybody's talking about, like, the resin and how there needs to be more resin in the game. There needs to be more of this. Honestly, for me, I think there's one thing that needs to be done, and it is because of Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail literally takes most of the complaints that Genshin Impact has had in the past like 3 years and has literally applied them to Honkai Star Rail. So any complaint you've had about like, oh man, I couldn't do all of my I couldn't use all of my resin today. I wish it would transfer over to the next day. It does. Oh man, I wish I could just like hunt for the materials using a 24-hour thing where you just send off your characters on a mission and then the materials will get to you. They do that. Man, I wish they would increase the resin count in Genshin. Honkai Star Rail did that. It literally just does everything that people want out of Genshin into their different game. But I think for me, it has nothing to do with the resin. I feel like Genshin would be more enjoyable, or at least a step in the right direction. So Genshin has these things called expeditions, and you can send your characters off to go hunt for Mora, hunt for certain materials, but none of those materials are materials for you to ascend your character.
They're useless.
So then,
they're just useless material.
They're just like, oh, for Mora, like the most useful thing is the Mora and the ore that you can transfer to make into material to enhance your weapon. Like that's what they're for. But if they could implement those expeditions so then you can look for the items that certain characters need to go to the next level, that would be amazing. That or the materials you need to ascend refresh at a faster rate within like maybe 20 hours. That would be even better.
It's 24 hours to be able to get those, right?
No,
or is it?
It's even longer. It takes 2 to 3 days for all those flowers you go out into the world, or the shells, or the little scarab beetles. It takes 2 to 3 days for them to refresh. That is why it is a multi-day process. So if you have not been grinding, or if it's a brand new area to go grinding for it, you can't level up those characters. While in Honkai Star Rail, Topaz just came out and she's already level 80 on my team.
Hey, all right. Oh my God. So then would you say that you prefer Honkai over Genshin?
Literally the only reason I prefer Honkai Star Rail right now over Genshin is because the quality of life is so goddamn good.
It's a better, would you agree that's a better mobile game than Genshin?
It is an easier and more user-friendly than Genshin. Yeah, for
because
sure.
it got the autoplay and stuff like, and the auto attacks.
It has the autoplay. It has like literally the grinding is so much easier on it. But you're also, the reason why it's a little unfair to compare the two is because Genshin is 3 years old. There's 3 years worth of content, while Honkai Star Rail is 6 months. You know, so it's not fair to compare the two when it comes to like the amount of stuff that you can and can't do and that kind of thing. You know,
that's true.
So, but what I will say is I feel like the story of Honkai Star Rail is a little bit stronger because of the pacing. Things in Star Rail move a lot faster, while in Genshin Impact there's a lot of pandering, which sucks. There's a lot of
turned me off. I'm not gonna lie. Now that you're on the story, it kind of did turn me off a little bit.
There's like a lot of, it's like, okay, to continue the story, go from here to here. Okay, you take 2 steps and it's like another 20-minute cutscene. You go from here to here. You take another 5 steps and it's another 20-minute cutscene. And the thing is, the Genshin storyline is so cool. Like the actual Archon story is so cool.
The highs are super high.
Dude, the highs are so high, but the lows are so low.
Oh, amen.
It's rough. I will say Fontaine has been a bit better about it than every other region so far. I feel like the region that's had it worse with filler is probably between, I gotta say, like Inazuma and Sumeru.
That's like when I stopped. I stopped at I maxed out Ayaka, because that was the character. So I'm sorry, just a little side story. I started playing Genshin and I took a look at the characters because I don't really want to play it if I don't like the characters. That's the whole point. Sure. So I took a look at Ayaka when it first came out because she was part of a beta or something, and I'm like, oh, I want to roll for her. When can I roll for her? They're like next year. I'm like, what? What do you mean? She's out. There's gameplay. It's like, no, she's not out. She's not gonna be out for a long time. And I'm like, ugh. So I played it, through there, and that's where I got to like get Eula, which was great. Yeah, Eula's fantastic, and then other characters and stuff. Rosaria is another one, which is great. And then I got to Ayaka finally and Inazuma, and I got Raiden Shogun as well. And as soon as I maxed out Ayaka and her weapon, I said, I beat Genshin. Beautiful. And I never played again. Never played
I will
again.
say, here's the way, like, so the Mondstadt story is pretty straight to the point, right? Like, it's like, oh, stop the ball and stop the dragon. You know, very what
Easy
the hell
to
am I?
follow.
Medieval, very
yeah.
medieval.
Yeah.
Liyue, it's a little bit of like just like figuring out what's happening and getting back, like you know, finding out the mystery of like Rex Lapis and what's going on. Inazuma is you're freeing the country of Inazuma because, you know, the Shogun has Inazuma in a lockdown surrounded by a storm cloud. Sumeru, the easiest way to describe it is have you seen Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yeah.
It's Ba Sing Se.
Oh, it's okay. It's literally.
It is literally Ba Sing Se. I'm
Wow.
not even kidding. It is
Ba
Ba
Sing
Sing
Se.
Se with a little bit of like technology. That's what Sumeru is.
Dude, that's kind of
And
cool. I like that.
Fontaine is mystery. Like, it's just murder mystery, and it's so cool. So if you're like into Ace Attorney, like Danganronpa type, it is literally that. Yeah. So if you can push through everything, and if your thing is about Ba Sing Se, if your thing is about murder mystery, honestly, I feel like for me, I feel like Inazuma Onward, the story's great, but there is a lot of filler within both Inazuma and Sumeru. Fontaine, I only experienced filler in a little bit, but it's not as much as everywhere else. And the reason, here's the thing.
Yeah.
So I love figuring out, like, getting backstory on characters in Genshin and Honkai Star Rail. My biggest thing with doing story, like character stories in Genshin Impact, they're usually 3 to 4 hours long, and 75% of that is filler. Like, you're ending up talking to an NPC. You're talking to an NPC. You don't really find out much about the character, and you usually find out everything you want to know by the end of it. And something cool usually happens by the end of the story, right? Like, if anything, it'll start off real interesting, and then it'll end really great. But the middle is usually kind of rough.
Skip worthy, you know?
Yeah. Honkai Star Rail. Each one of these stories are usually an hour and a half. And they just get straight to the point.
Which I love. Thank God for that, to be honest. Oh my Lord.
Honestly, I feel like I understand why Genshin does such over-the-top things, like how long these quests are, because it is an open-world game, and they want to utilize it and be like, hey, like, you know, you're exploring the world, and you're experiencing the things, and meeting people, you know, like, they want to make you feel like the world is alive, but unfortunately, in doing so, it contradicts the exact thing they want to do, because if you're talking for 75% of this mission with an NPC, it doesn't feel like the world is alive, you know?
It just makes it slow.
Yeah.
I hate that. It really,
Yeah.
There were some quests that were really good in Genshin. I will say in Honkai, I only played it twice. So I played it when Zila was just ending. So I grabbed her.
Oh, gotcha. Yes.
From the banner, and then I played a little bit, and then people were talking about Kafka a lot. And, I missed her because I was so busy. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. And then there was another one that I just barely came back to it like a couple days ago.
Jingliu?
Yeah. I call her Ayaka with personality.
Fair, you know, fair enough.
And thank God, because she is great. She is really nice. And from my understanding, she's voiced by Monarch as well.
Yeah, she was voiced by Monarch, which is really funny because I voice Jing Yuan, who is her disciple, or her former disciple.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is really funny because, like, when I announced Jing Yuan, she texted me and she's like, wait, you're in Star Rail? And I was like, yeah, I voiced this character. And I was like, why does that name sound familiar? And then I was like, wait a minute, are we connected in this game somehow? And we were like, bro, the memes, they're so real. Which wasn't the intention at all. We were cast at completely different times.
That's
no
awesome.
relation, had no idea. So it's just really funny.
Did she voice in Genshin by any chance?
No, not yet. I mean, who knows?
Who knows?
Like,
who knows? But as of right now, the characters are existing.
Yeah,
she
no,
has not
as of
done
right
anything.
now, no, and not that I know of. So
Okay. I see.
yeah.
Okay, well then, I mean, like, so far I like Honkai more. I
Sure.
played Genshin more, but I feel like Honkai is just like you were saying. You explain it perfectly. It's just quality of life is there. I do appreciate the turn-based system, which I think is really cool. And a lot of the things that you were saying basically is how I wanted to explain why I like Honkai more. So you explained it like perfectly, and you put it on a ribbon, nice, and just put it right in front. So that was really good. But with that being the case, do you think that Sino is your biggest role, or what do you think is your biggest role?
Right now, it is probably Sino. It is probably between Sino and Jingyuan from Honkai, which is really funny because it's like, I remember when working on Honkai Star Rail, I was like, I don't know, guys. I don't know how popular Honkai Star Rail will be in comparison to Genshin. And then I was like, oh my god.
Turned out huge.
It's crazy for the last few months. Apparently, Honkai Star Rail has been doing better in sales than Genshin Impact.
Oh, shit.
Which, yeah, like it's been beating out Genshin, which is insane. I mean, at the end of the day, here's the thing. I love how Genshin fans compete with Honkai Star Rail fans. And I was like, weird. Guys, Dad is still winning at the end of the day. Hoyo Daddy is still getting all of the fucking money.
Bro, like, I get that. I come from the FGC, the fighting game community, and I played a lot of BlazBlue. And boy, it was BlazBlue versus Guilty Gear for the longest fucking time, dude. I mean, like, why are like everyone's saying, oh, BlazBlue is just a knockoff Guilty Gear, a watered down Guilty Gear, and then BlazBlue fans are like, BlazBlue is just like a version that makes sense than Guilty. It's just like, oh, guys, come on now, can we please learn to just accept the fact that we both probably fucking suck equally. And that we enjoy shit, all right? That's it. We're all shitty. Yeah, we're all come mierdas at the end of the day, you know?
Yeah.
But I love that. So finally, before we get into a thing, because I would like to do a segment with you. With every single In the Hole, I love to do segments with the guests and stuff. And since you are very special, this is something that I have come up with, and I'm like, okay, this will be pretty fun. But before we get into that, there's one final question that I would like to ask you, because like I said before, you do a lot of shit. You do a lot, man. Like sometimes I like to when I'm having like a very cluttered week or something like that, I like to think of people like you. It's like, bro, literally fucking all sorts of like colors of the rainbow that you're doing. You're dabbling in all of them. And I'm just like, man, just fucking man up and just do it. So with that being the case, out of everything you do, what is voice acting the thing that fulfills you the most artistically, or is there something else that really scratches that artistical itch?
It's weird. I think the reason I do a variety of different things is because my brain goes through different phases of hyperfixation. There are moments where my brain is like, I gotta hyperfixate on voiceover. I gotta hyperfixate on streaming. And then there are moments where I gotta hyperfixate on doing song covers. So it just bounces between each one. And every now and then, because you brought up like animation a while ago, there was a moment that I was hyperfixating on doing like animated stories, like Odd Ones Out, Jaden Animations, that kind of thing. Yeah. Because I thought they were fun, and I used to be like an animation major, but I dropped out because I wasn't having fun, and I just wanted to try it out, see if I liked it. And turns out I liked it, but I didn't have enough time, and I was like, there's no way.
It can be tedious and take a long time.
Yeah, especially because I was a one-man guy. On top of doing the voiceover and doing streaming and all that stuff, I was like, there's no way I can do this. Like, it's not feasible. But it changes. I definitely think it's a fight between streaming and voiceover of like what I prefer to do. Because there are some days where I was like, man, I'm so tired. I don't want to do voiceover, but I do want to stream. And then there are times where I was like, man, I don't want to stream. I just want to do voiceover. So it definitely flip-flops, and I can't tell you like if it goes from like Monday to Wednesday, I want to voice act and not stream, and then Thursday to Sunday, I want to stream. I don't want to stream, but I want to voice act. Like, I don't know if it like flips, you know, like it literally just like how I'm feeling that day. It's very weird.
That makes sense. I mean, that's probably the benefit of having so many things going on, is that you can kind of just like go here for a second and then go there for a second and then just kind of bounce around everything. And it's cool that you're in that position where you can just like bounce around and kind of fulfill yourself artistically. Because
yeah.
I think a lot of content creators have something like that. Like they stick to something and they start out and they're doing good, but then after a while they're like, I kind of want to do something else. But that's not what people want to do or want to see, or that's not what you're known for. But you want to do something else. You want to branch out. So it's cool to see that you have so many opportunities and so many things going on. So that's freaking awesome. So with that being said, I think it's time.
Oh God.
To boot up a segment.
All right, segment
time. All right, everybody. We're doing a segment. So editor-san, if you're editing this is where you put in a nice little freaking beep, just a nice little freaking I don't know, some sort of
transition,
I don't know, logo, whatever the hell they figure out. So here's what's gonna happen. Since you're a voice actor, apparently you have voiced in a lot of different things. Okay. By the way, you know what, before I get into it, I just want to say that you are I was so excited to have you on because you are the only guest that has allowed me to do research via watching anime. I don't have time to watch anime, and because you're on the show, I'm like, I gotta watch something. So it gave me an excuse to watch an anime, and recently I watched, well, not fully. I've watched like the first 4 or 5 episodes. I'm gonna be finishing it up very soon. Hell's Paradise.
Yeah.
Hell's Paradise. I just started it, and I heard about it a while ago, especially since every time because I love a character from Under Night in Birth called Yuzuriha. And
yeah.
Every time I type in her name, this bitch from Hell's Paradise pops up, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, cool. So I always hear about it here and there, and finally I get you voiced in it, a very small part, but you voiced in it. And I'm like, okay, this gives me the opportunity to watch it. So I went ahead and I watched like the first couple episodes, and let me tell you, I don't watch anime dubbed, but man, did you fucking kill it, or you're currently killing it. I don't watch that shit. I don't. I watch, like, there's the great ones, you know, like I watch Cowboy Bebop or like Dragon Ball and shit like that. But you know, I recently like tried to watch Demon Slayer and dub, and not that they did a bad job or anything like that, but I just can't get into it as much. Sure. But like Hell's Paradise, there's something about it that I'm like, everything here just is really fucking good. And it just kind of like all makes sense to me and stuff. And I don't know if that's because Hell's Paradise was that good, or if because the property translates it really nicely, or whatever the case may be. I'm just saying that I'm enjoying my time with Hell's Paradise.
I think it's like combination of like everything, because I remember with like that show, when we did a teaser for it, I didn't know anything about the show, like even the manga. But then after, because I didn't even know I was the lead in it, they were just like, hey, we need you for like this amount of time, and I was like, okay. They were like, we need you for like an hour to do this teaser, and I was like, okay. I go in, and they're like, and my director's like, so you're playing Gabimaru, and I was like, oh, is he? Yeah, he's the lead, and I was like, oh, okay. And then after I did that teaser, after I did the teaser, my friend recommended I read the manga, and I am telling you, I binge read that thing in an entire day.
Whoa!
I laid in bed and just like, let's see what this is about. Okay. And I just binge read the whole thing.
Well, this is gonna be my personality for the next couple years.
Yeah.
That's so cool, by the way. I'm like, wait a minute, that name sounds familiar. Hold on.
For that entire first episode, after we finished it, we went back and made sure we were happy with everything.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
What would you say that's the biggest like anime one that you've gotten?
That is definitely up there. It is between that and a different show called Horimiya. Like if I were to do like Horimiya is definitely up there. That and Pokemon. And honestly, more recently, it's between House Paradise, Horimiya, and I haven't done much in it, but I know that a lot of people are freaking out. Blue Lock. I'm in that as well. Yeah, it's a battle royale soccer show.
What the fuck? What?
Yeah. And it's not one of those about like, it's not one of those where it's like about friendship and all that stuff. They're like, if you want to be the best striker, it's all about having an ego. Everyone's out for themselves. And I'm like, God damn. So I do recommend that one. And I voice a character. His name is Sai Itoshi. And I know that Sai and Sayu, that unintentional.
Oh, yeah, that's funny how that works. It's funny how this
but he's
so
he literally was in a single episode in the first season, but he already has so much like promotional stuff because like apparently he's a fan favorite. And yeah.
So you got quite the plate that you have to eat.
When second season comes out.
Oh boy. Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out then. Okay.
Yeah,
I never heard of a soccer battle royale. That's so funny.
It is so well animated. You're gonna love it.
Okay. All right. So with speaking of which, this is a segment called Guess Your Character.
Okay.
So I went ahead and grabbed a few characters that you have voiced, whether it be newer or older, and I got some clips for you to hear, and you are going to be seeing if you remember that specific character.
Oh God.
Through this voice clip. Okay, so how it's gonna work, let me see. Actually, we're gonna do a little test at the beginning. You should hear like the Wii channel song so you can hear. So this is like the little test. Go ahead and play it, Faith. Do you hear that?
Yes.
Okay, great, perfect. So you hear it so you can hear the video itself. Alrighty, everybody. So now, how well do you think you know your characters?
I'm like a C.
Like a C?
A C of knowing what character is what. I might be better than I think. If anything, I might know the show over their actual full name.
Yes, and that's fine too. If you get the show, most of these I have either watched or they are notable, so that it's not going to be like, I don't know, like Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah, you're gonna throw me like, yes, you voiced Soldier B in what's his show?
Exactly. No, I'm not gonna do that. That would be fucked up. But these are relatively well-known characters, if not well-known characters. The reason I say relatively because they could be bigger than I thought. So, are you ready for this?
No.
All right. Sounds good. You seem ready. All right, let's go with character number 1.
This is a special dish. And once all the kids eat it, they'll be mindless servants in Sabu's Yakuza army. You take one bite, turns your brain to mush. But in a very
I got it. I already got it.
Who is it?
This is Primo from River City Girls 2.
Now that one was easy because I knew that one was so like recognizable, and it seemed like you had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I it's so funny because this is actually, when I auditioned for this character, I specifically thought of a character from a game called Disgaea. In Disgaea 3, Nolan North played a chef in that, and I can't remember the name of the character in Disgaea 3, played by Nolan North, but he essentially was the chef that was like, boom! And I really wanted to make it as bombastic and Mr. Shampoo, and he was just yeah, and he was ridiculous, played by Nolan North, and I was like, what if I give him an accent? And that's how I came up with Primo. Yeah. I had a lot of fun, and when I worked with Way Forward, they were like, yeah, when we heard your audition, we were like, yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. That's the guy.
And it's so perfect because you had the accent, and I haven't played River City Girls. I think that's the second one.
Yeah.
Because I played the first one and I really liked it. I have not played the second one, so when I first heard that, I'm like, dude, this character's awesome. Because it feels like, cause I don't know about you, but I love doing an accent of my native language.
Dude, it's so fun. I've had the honor to do it in like a variety of different projects, and it's always just very fun. It's very funny because this is like my cartoony Spanish accent. Yeah, you know, where it's a little bit more bombastic, but I've done like a Spanish accent where it's like a little more suave and like sinister. Like I did one for Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did it for the game for the new Phantom Liberty DLC.
Yeah,
it was a side quest. Yeah, it was a side quest where you put on like a mask, and V gets a whole different voice, and that's me. Like, it's specifically male V. Yeah, it was really cool.
Okay, well that's awesome. Holy shit! Like, there's The more I learn about you, the more I'm like, holy shit, this guy's everywhere. Holy shit. Like, goddamn. All right, you ready for the second one?
All right.
All right. Let's move on to number 2. Who is the second character?
His birth nurtured a madness inside him.
Come on.
His fate fed him
This
endless
voice is
fury.
so recognizable.
They changed this man into a perfect demon. The ultimate evil. Made to grasp the world and tear it asunder.
That is Treble from One Piece.
That is exactly. Yeah, that one is a very, like, the first ones are very easy.
Yeah.
Like,
that
they're
is
very,
definitely the
very
most
recognizable.
disgusting character I've ever played. I've gotten so many comments where it's like, man, why do you play all the hot ones? Why do you? And I always point to this character and be like, what was that? Say it again.
Say it again. Say it again. For those of you who don't know, there's a One Piece character in the Dressrosa arc, and I know this because I'm a One Piece Andy. Are you a One Piece Andy? Have you watched that One Piece?
Yes, I used to read the manga a lot.
Okay.
I haven't read any of Vegapunk's. I am literally I stopped at Wano, and
did you finish it though?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I imagine
but
like
I finished Wano, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna let Vegapunk run its course.
yeah, exactly. That's how I am with the anime. I just let it run
Fair
its
enough.
course, and then I binge it all.
God,
completely.
the anime for Wano looks so good.
Oh my god, it was. I have rewatched Gear 5 Transformation at least 1,000 times.
Yeah, can we just reanimate all of One Piece in the Wano style?
You imagine the Rob Lucci fight in the new style.
Oh my god! I will say, I might be in the minority when it comes to this. I really liked how One Piece started its animation style.
Oh, me too.
It's definitely
No,
more cartoony.
absolutely.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan like once after Skypiea when we got to, God, I forget his name. The fucker with the slow beam.
Yeah, NL, I think.
No,
Wait,
is that his name?
it's-
The guy with the weird ass nose, and he it's that trio, and it's when Luffy gets his afro and the boxing gloves.
Foxy. Yeah, that's Foxy.
It was around that style where everyone started to get super lean and all the line work was super thin. And I was like, no, there needs to be variety. It takes away from the charm of One Piece. But yeah, I love One Piece.
I will say this right now: pre-time skip Nami, best Nami. Pre-time skip or pre-animation Chopper, the best. Oh,
I do prefer pre-time skip Nami. Like, her design is so much better in my opinion. I agree.
even Robin, even Nico Robin.
Yeah. I'm okay with Robin's post-time skip, but I do prefer if they would have kept Nami looking with the short hair.
Yeah.
That she had in pre-time skip with post-time skip. I'd be pretty okay with that.
I'd be pretty happy. I'm very happy.
Because then she just looks too similar to Robin now. That's the yes, obviously different color hair, but I'm like aesthetically, she's just like.
What I heard?
Point out the difference.
Do you know what I heard about why they look like all ladies look similar now?
Why?
Is because Oda doesn't want to animate or draw them differently. They want them all just to be kind of homogenized.
Oh my god, no.
That's what I hear. That's a rumor. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if he said that on record, but that's what I hear. I hear that he wants to.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past, especially just like looking at all the other women like in the show.
Yeah.
I will say Vegapunk's does look different. I will say that the Vegapunk arc, the women the designs of the women I've seen look very different than what he's usually been
Extra
drawing
love,
them
maybe?
post-time skip. Yeah, maybe.
Well, anyways, yeah, One Piece. Well, we went on a little One Piece thing. All right, yeah, but Treble, no, it was really cool to see that you played that character. That character seems like a really fun time, especially because One Piece characters have like very recognizable laughs.
Yeah,
and you doing the is probably like, pretty fun to do at some points.
I call him my drunk Fozzie Bear. That's how I describe Treble.
Fozzie Bear. Oh my god. All right, let's move on to character number 3.
Okay.
Let's see what's going on. Oh wait, did I say 2? Oh god,
you said 3.
Whoa, course not. This was just to get everyone in the loop. We all know exactly who the captains are. How could any of us mean them harm?
Oh no!
that?
Keep it playing. This could be like 5 characters.
If you want to rewind it, you most definitely can.
Rewind it.
All right, let's take a look at this.
All right.
Whoa, course not. This was just to get everyone in the loop. We all know exactly who the captains are. How could any of us mean them harm?
Originally, I thought this was Larkberg in Shield Hero.
Okay.
But I think this is Sovon in Grand Blue Versus.
Right, is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
All right, let's see who it is. That is exactly right. You got it. Damn. This is funny because, okay, so Sefon or Siete, whatever, depending, is a character that only was dubbed in Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. Actually,
I originally did him in Shadowverse. And then
he's in Shadowverse?
He is in Shadowverse.
Oh, shit.
That is where I originated Sovon, and then they brought him into Grand Blue Fantasy Versus.
Oh, shit. I didn't even know that. Wow. Okay.
Yep.
No, that was because he's not an actual character in Grand Blue Fantasy Versus.
Right, he's just in the story.
He's just in the Seox's story in particular. Yep. But hopefully, one day,
here's hoping.
Well, here's just the manifesting. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Manifesting,
he's the coolest,
baby.
He's the coolest.
The reason why it threw me off, by the way, is because that's not usually Sovon's attitude,
No, yeah.
Sovon, he's usually like this. Hey, how's it going, Eternals? Like, he's usually like that. So it's
very
like,
laid back.
Now, hold on there. I was like, whoa, this is tricky. This is trickling.
I know, and they vary. So I'm very excited to see like how you'll do. I'm surprised you got that one. That one was actually pretty. That was a little more obscure. So. All right, let's move on. Okay, just think that there's action number 4, but there's 10 in total. My brain.
Oh, you messed up the number?
Oh, my brain. So there's number 4. Okay, I did 2 number 2s and then 1 number 3. Anyways, all right. Here's the next one.
All right.
If I had to choose, I'd say my favorite art form is slam poetry.
I know this.
Because of all the snapping.
Who is it?
Slash from Smite. It is a collab with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
You probably, as soon as you said that anything to do with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I said, oh, fuck. Well, he probably remembers this one, and that is exactly right. Slash from Smite.
Yeah, so, I was, for those of you who don't know, we did, Smite tends to have collaborations with Nickelodeon from time to time, and I remember I missed out on the Smite auditions for the original Turtles. And I remember I beat myself up so much. I was like, no, I saw them because they were under a code name. Because normally with Smite, when we auditioned for them, at least back in the day, the skins would usually have the name and the skin, like the art style of it, and they'd be like, oh yeah, it's this. And I'm like, cool. For the original Turtles, they didn't. They were like, oh, we're looking for a ninja skin for so-and-so, ninja skin for this. And they had voice references, but I was like, well, I don't have the time. I'll pass. And I didn't read on it. And I beat myself up every day because it was Leo, Mikey, Donnie, and Raph. And I was like, fuck!
Did you?
And I remember ever since that day, I was like, I'm going to keep my eyes laser vision whenever I see a Smite audition, specifically if there is ever another Ninja Turtle anything, right?
Do you think there's going to be another one?
I didn't, but I held out hope, and I remember I saw Slash. I saw, and the design that they put out wasn't even this version of Slash. The design they put on the sides was the original, like, 90s toy. It wasn't even the 90s design. It was the 90s toy where it was, like, very weird looking and looked nothing like the show.
Oh, wow.
And, but the voice match they wanted was from the 2012 edition. I was like, oh, I can get close to that. I can do that. So I remember I auditioned and I booked the part, and I was like, I never have to be in Smite ever again. If I never voice another skin in Smite, that's fine by me, because I really wanted to be another turtle, and I was like, all right, I'm good.
That's a trophy on your resume.
Yeah,
that's
it 100% is. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you play Smite?
I used to. I've played like a few times. I don't play it. I'm very bad at MOBAs. The only MOBA I was remotely decent at was Pokemon Unite, because that is Weenie Hut Jr. of MOBA games.
Makes sense. I never played a MOBA or anything like that, so I don't know anything about it. I pride myself in not playing MOBAs, but instead I play card games, which is you could argue it's worse. All right, let's move on to the next character here.
Okay.
Let's go on to character number 5, but it's going to be 4 because my brain. Anyways, yeah. All right.
If you can read someone's true aura so clearly, then you must have really great eyesight. Hypersensitive to spare particle emission. Risky to let her observe me any further. My secret would be...
Ooh. This one might
Who
get
is
me.
this?
Could you play it again?
All right, let's play it one more time. See if we can go back a little bit. I think you can use the arrow keys too if you want. Oh, well, no, you're good. You're good. You're good.
If you can read someone's true aura so clearly, then you must have really great eyesight. Hypersensitive to spare particle emission. Risky to let her observe me any further. My secret would be...
Oh my
Who
god.
is this?
I actually don't know.
Ooh.
Can I get a hint?
Sure. This was not.
Is it a game?
No, it's a show. It's an anime.
It's a show?
Yes, it's an anime.
It's an anime?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Aura. Spirit. Okay, play it one more time.
One more time. Let's do it.
Last time.
Last time. Let's see if
you can read someone's true aura so clearly, then you must have really great eyesight. Hypersensitive to spare particle emission. Risky to let her observe me any further. My secret would be...
Ooh, who is it? Who are you taking a guess?
This is tricky, but I think this might be... I think I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong because he sounds a little bit too happy to be this. But I think this might be Tatsuya Shiba.
Okay. Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer because I got nothing else.
All right, let's take a look. It is Tatsuya Shiba. Damn, he got it. That's right. Tatsuya Shiba from The Irregular at the Magic School. Yeah.
The only reason it threw me off was I was like, whoa, wait a minute. He sounds too happy to be Tatsuya.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Well, hell yeah. I'm 5 for 5, baby.
Dude, 5 for 5. So, this show, I watched it back in the day. I'm like, there's no fucking way that this guy voiced them. What? Because I love this show.
We actually started dubbing this 2 years ago. So that's why, because the original series came out in 2014. Yeah. But season 2 came out in 2021. And we started with that one.
Wait, there's a season 2?
There is a season 2 and a spinoff.
Oh,
shit. Yeah, and they announced a season 3. And
my God.
I remember it was one of those, it was really funny because I remember auditioning for this and I did something. I go back and I was like, I'll see if I like it. And then because sometimes it's what I recommend to people who are auditioning for something, if they're not sure about an audition, don't submit it just yet. Leave it there, walk away, come back, listen to it. And if you don't like it, then you can do it over again rather than just submit whatever. Yeah. And that's one of the things I did. I listened back to it and I was like, nah, I got it. And then I did it again, and that's what got me the role.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and we dubbed this during COVID. It was all remote. We started with season 2, and then we did season 1. We went backwards. We did season 1 and the spin-off show at the same time, which was super confusing because the spin-off show was technically season 1 again, but from the perspective of Miyuki.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like that Sword Art. Didn't Sword Art do something like that too?
Yes, they did something similar with like Asuna, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. No, as soon as I heard about this, I'm like, whoa, dude, I got to rewatch this show. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, Tatsuya. Man, you got that. Nice. All right.
Yeah, 5 out of 5, baby.
5 out of 5.
It's really tricky because you're getting for some of these characters, you're getting clips that don't sound like them, and that's what's throwing me off.
Yep, I know that if I got clips, I'm trying to do clips that weren't on your reel.
You're smart. You're smart. This is smart.
Because if I just copy pasted from your reel, I'm like, he's gonna get it. That's
or
fine.
They're more popular lines, 100%.
Exactly. So I gotta spruce this up, but you're doing good actually. Holy shit! All right, let's move on to the 6th character. Next one. Number 5 and the 6th.
In doing so, I've spread my wings of protection further to help those who need it most.
That's all you're getting.
That's it? Come on!
That's all you're getting, bro. I did this one just in case you were doing too good, and you are doing too good.
You son of a bitch.
If you want
Play
to
one more
repeat,
time.
yeah, go for it.
Play one more time.
In doing so, I've spread my wings of protection further to help those who need it most.
Okay,
That's
that's
all
not
you get.
Sino. That's not Sino. That was my thing. I was like,
Okay.
oh my god, what is this? Okay,
If you
can
want a
at
hint, I
least-
can get you a hint.
Yeah, give me a hint.
It's a game.
It's a game.
Yes.
Ooh, it's a game.
It's a game. Yes.
Shit.
Let's see if you can
Man,
get this
it's
one.
gonna suck. It's gonna suck if I said this isn't Sino and it is Sino.
That would be the biggest gotcha ever, dude. That would be mission
gotcha.
complete.
Oh my god. One more time?
One more time. Let's do it.
In doing so, I've spread my wings of protection further to help those who need it most.
God, the ending part sounds like Sino, but the way it starts doesn't sound like Sino.
Okay.
Oh my god, this one's gonna suck. Oh
Let's
my
see.
god.
Let's see if your
No.
streak keeps
Hold
up.
on. No, my streak's over here. My streak's over here. I'm like even trying to think of the games.
Oh, the gears are turning, bro. Or all the cogs.
the wings. Oh my god, it does sound. Wait, play it one more time.
One more time.
One more time.
Last time.
Last time.
In doing so, I've spread my wings of protection further to help those who need it most.
Okay.
Okay.
I have an answer. If I get it wrong, I get it wrong.
Okay.
I think this is Riker from Room Factory 5.
Right.
And I think it's specifically from a nighttime section, but I could be completely wrong, and it might be Sino. But I'm going with Riker.
Is that your final answer?
Riker is my final answer.
Okay. Let's see who it is.
It's gonna be Sino, and I'm gonna be so pissed. Yuri!
Yuri from Fire Emblem. Three
Bro,
Houses. Yes.
I have not heard Yuri say that line in so long.
Yes. This was specific. I got this clip specifically. I guess you can romance a lot of different characters. And I guess Yuri was getting romanced, and they were trying to go through the dialogues and stuff.
Oh my god. I'm gonna be honest, it's one of those that is probably the least Yuri line Yuri has ever said.
Oh really?
Yeah, because normally this is his more serious moments, which is why it's one of those, and I haven't played Fire Emblem Three Houses in so long.
I've never played it, so I would have done
such
more
a good
Yuri
game.
line.
But like Yuri is like, he's very suave and very charming, but he's very conniving. The reason why I said Riker was the music. The music,
yeah.
I was like, it sounds something fantasy, and and the reason why, like,
I tried to get some clips without music in it, but it was really hard.
the reason I went Riker is because he said wings, and Riker has some sort of relation to butterfly wings. So damn,
right.
damn,
It's all right. That one was actually.
damn.
I will tell you right now, this is probably the hardest one. This definitely the curveball that I threw in there for sure. So that one, I mean, let's see if you can get the rest of them. Now that you know that this is the hardest one.
I failed you, Yuri.
It's fine. It's fine. You know what? I should play Fire Emblem Three Houses like on my.
I do recommend it. Yuri is specifically from the DLC. Just
DLC.
a heads up.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, let's move on to the next character. Let's see if you get this one. Number 7.
Well, I didn't want to be late for the battle between you two. Guess I got excited. Got it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yep. I got it. Yeah, that's Leon from Pokemon.
Leon from Pokemon. That is correct.
I remember specifically that scene where he's waking up Ash and I think it's either Go and Raihan. They're all like looking for Leon, and I remember that. He's like sleeping out in the grass because he was like,
That's right, Leon. Yeah, and it's really cool. I didn't know that you voiced Leon too. That's a big one.
Yeah, it was really cool because it was one of those where it's like I grew up with the Pokemon anime and getting to be a part of the ending of Ash's journey. Now, mind you, I did watch Pokemon in Spanish when it first came out.
Oh shit, that's sick.
Yeah, because I was in Ecuador. I was in Ecuador when the show first started, and I remember it was very interesting because in America, Ash has been played by Veronica Taylor and Sarah Natacheni, while in the Latin American dub, I believe it is a man that plays Ash Ketchum.
Wow,
which is really interesting.
I did not know that actually. I thought all of them were voiced by, because in Japan, Satoshi is also voiced by a woman. So that's
the Latin American
really cool.
dubs usually they try to like when it comes to if it's a boy, they usually get a boy.
Yeah.
Like if the character's a boy, most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, no, this was actually you voiced a couple Pokemon characters, didn't you? You voiced Leon and then Professor Kukui, or so, I think that's what his name is.
Yeah, I voiced Professor Kukui and Rourke in Pokemon Masters.
Yep.
And then in the Pokemon show, I also voiced a few Pokemon. I voiced Magby. I voiced Cofagrigus.
Whoa.
Yeah, there was another Pokemon I voiced. I just never remember the name of the Pokemon.
There's too many of them, bro.
Hold on. I know where the Pokemon is from. He's one of the Hoenn fossil Pokemon. Yeah, what the hell is the name of this thing?
Oh, Armaldo or
hold on.
Hoenn.
Yeah, I'm
is that
looking
second
at
gen?
No, that's third gen.
Oh, that's third gen. Okay.
Like I'm looking at the picture of the fucking Pokemon. I'm trying to find the name of it. There's a picture right there. Anorith.
Anorith. Is that the... Oh god, which one was that one?
Yeah, Anorith is the one that evolves into the big boy that's like grayish with that looks like a dinosaur, and you think his eyes are the red things, but it's actually his eyes are on the side.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah. That turns into Armaldo. That turns into.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, but that's awesome that you voiced the stuff in Pokemon. That's all right. That's kind of like a bucket list thing if you think about it. So, all right, let's see the next character. Leon was that one. Let's see the next one. What do we got? And this is character number. I think we're at character number 8. Yeah, this is 8.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, here we go. Character number 8.
Rest well. My apologies. There is still some work to be done, and I can't see you out personally.
That is Jing Yuan from Honkai Star Rail.
That one, I imagine, was a little bit more recent, so that one's fresh on your mind. I was like, should I include this one? I was like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
That one is so low that I was like, it's between two characters, and it's either Jing Yuan or Oswald, and he's too happy, so it's clearly Jing Yuan. He doesn't have the depression of his family dying.
I'm not gonna lie, the voice that you did for Jing Yuan was very similar to like Zhongli in like Genshin. Which
Why do you say that?
Wait, why? Why?
The voice is actually inspired by Keith Silverstein's Zhongli.
Oh, no wonder, dude. Because
so
when I didn't know anything about Zhongli because I was waiting for Ayaka when I was playing, and then when I heard him in English, I literally never turned it off of English. And I always had Zhongli. Always, because I fucking love Zhongli's voice act. Like, the voice work for Zhongli is incredible. So whenever I hear anything, like, similar to it, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was really funny because, like, I remember when I initially read for Jing Yuan, it was a lot lighter. It was like, there are 3 things in the world that I can't seem to rid myself of. Because that's what they had told me to do, even in the callback. And then when we did it, the director was like, actually, could we go lower? And I was like, oh, how low do you want? And it's like, try to go as low without it sounding like, pushed. Yeah. And I was like, okay, so something like this. I am Jing Yuan. Like, it has like a little bit of softness. And I remember specifically, I was like, what is my Zhongli impression? Because I always go the
shit.
I always go, osmanthus wine is the same as I remember. And I did that, but I was like, what if I like made it a little bit more like here, So that's kind of why the voice.
What you also remind me of? Have you ever seen Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, I love Yu-Gi-Oh.
You've seen like the Pharaoh?
Yes. Oh my God.
Tell me to believe in the heart of the cards real quick in that voice.
Believe in the heart of the card.
Oh my fucking God! It's the Pharaoh.
It's time to duel.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I love Dan Green. Dan Green.
Oh my God, that was incredible. Okay, that was
fun
awesome.
Fun fact about Genshin. So in Genshin Impact, Sino is just a Yugi reference. He is literally a walking Yugi reference. And the funniest thing is, they know I'm a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh over at Hoyo. So in the game there is a thing called Genius Invocation TCG, which is the card game.
Okay.
And they, as we were recording lines for the Genius Invocation TCG, there was a line that's like, "Time to duel," and they're like, no, Alejandro, you need to say it's time to duel. So in Genshin Impact, I say it's time to duel, but the first time I did it, I went, "It's time to duel," and they're like, whoa. We in the Sino voice, and I was like, oh right, my bad.
Yo, that's so cool, actually.
Yeah.
So there is a recording of, well, now there is here now. You saying that now. So you mean I can use it? And I can use it.
Yeah, fuck it, go for it.
Let's go, baby. Oh man, that was awesome. No, that's so great. And yeah. All right, let's move on to the next character before I start flipping out some more. All right, next character. Number 9.
Chaos. I want it.
I got it.
The red moon hungers.
Wait.
I'll show you what defeat feels like.
Who is this?
I am 95% sure this is oh my god, his name escaped me. Carmine from Lost Ark.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
All right, let's see who it is. It is Carmine
baby!
From Lost Ark. Yeah, but Lost Ark, right?
Yep, Lost Ark.
Oh man, this is an ARPG from my understanding, and because
it was so good.
It's similar to, because I actually mentioned earlier when we were talking pre-stream that I play a lot of Diablo 4. Yeah. And those, and I would like to. I'm actually playing PoE as well, and I was actually contemplating playing Lost Ark as well. Mm-hmm. And or the other one's New World, I think is what it's called.
I think it's New World.
Yeah, New World. But now Lost Ark was definitely something that got brought up, and I might actually try it out now because like I was seeing some clips of like Carmine, and that's a cool ass character.
Yeah. It was funny because that's kind of like it's not as regal as I would want it to be, or like, sorry. The voice that that inspired Carmine was Darth Maul from Star Wars, specifically Sam Witwer's interpretation. But
from Clone Wars, I imagine, right?
Yeah, from Clone Wars and Rebels, like that specifically. But it was not as regal, you know, as if because I love Darth Maul. Darth Maul, the way Sam Witwer plays Darth Maul is so good that I was like, I remember when I auditioned, I was like, what if I did something like that? And the directors seem to love that. And actually, I think it's because of how me and the director worked on Carmine. I think he might have pitched me for Honkai Star Rail because it's the same voice director.
Wow, okay.
So yeah, so he was like, hey, can we just get Alejandro?
And it turned out great.
Yeah, I'm glad.
It's cool how like it's kind of like not a small world, but like it's like things that you can like, hey, I know a guy. He's good. And he's like, all right, pull him in, and they did it, which is great.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Final character. Let's see.
All right, final character.
Hey,
I'm already at a B. I'm doing better than I thought.
100% at a B. You can. I would even give you like A-.
I'll take it.
Isn't there some other way to decide who goes? I'm not going to sit back and let you do this. I don't know, it's pretty easy to avoid killing somebody if you don't want to.
Oh my god, I'm pretty sure that's Gabimaru from Hell's Paradise.
Is that final answer?
Yeah, I'm gonna go final answer, and if it's wrong, then I'm wrong.
Okay, sounds good. You still get a good grade. That is exactly Gabimaru.
Go!
You know your characters, my friend. You know your characters. Wow.
Yuri's was the only one that threw me off. Yeah, it was. It is one of those where you don't hear Yuri like that all the time.
Yeah, no, it was the curveball of the group. I would definitely say that you know your characters very, very well, which is a very good thing. So, congratulations. I would actually, to be honest with you, since you only got the curveball wrong, I'm willing to give you 100%, dude. Because like seriously, like okay, let's round up. Let's do some boy math here. Let's round up, huh?
Boy math.
Yeah, boy. Let's do some boy math. Some just round up, right? You're not 5'10". You're 6 foot. Okay, that's
right.
You are 100%. You're fine. Congratulations, 100% on your test. Let's go. Nice. Out of all those, which one do you think you had the most fun?
Like playing or guessing?
Guessing. No. I'm sorry. Like playing as. Sorry.
That's tough. It's one of those where it's like, I get that question a lot of like, what's your favorite character to voice? And part of me is like, honestly, it depends on the day, if I'm going to be honest. Because some days I'm like, I love Gabimaru. And some days I was like, man, but I really like Leon from Pokemon.
Yeah.
And other days I was like, bro, I was in Fire Emblem. And then, you know, it just jumps all over the place. But I will say it's never Treble.
Okay, never. No, you don't. You don't like. I feel like Treble would be such a fun one.
I love Treble, but he's so fucking gross.
Well, you do kind of. You do have to live as that character for a bit, and you just stepping in those slimy shoes probably wasn't very nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But yeah, no, awesome, bro. Seriously, the voice acting is great and stuff like that, and I just can't believe your resume when I just can't get over that. Like I was doing the research and I'm like, oh my God. And then another one, oh my God. And then another one, oh my God. Like this is, and I feel like it's the same thing with Monarch because, you know, there's like a lot of YouTuber adjacent, voice actors, right? So there's voice actors that become VTubers and stuff. And I think you and Monarch are pretty much at the head front of that. And
of that, like, of the people that have gone, voice actors to VTubers for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Is there any other ones that you can think other than those that you know of as of right now?
From the top of my head that I've like been open about it? Yeah. Not really, because I mean some of them are like, you know, incognito.
Yeah, incognito. No, obviously. But yeah, I think you and Monarch definitely are on the forefront. Because when I heard, I was doing the exact same thing with like Monarch too, because it was like, oh my God, she voiced Ado in One Piece, and I'm like, oh, she voiced this other, not Ado. What the hell? Uta. Thank you. Ado is the Japanese. Okay. God, dude.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah. Then it was like Jung Liu, and then there's a bunch of characters like that, and I'm like, holy shit, these people are big deals. We got some big deals around here. So it was really cool to sit down and actually talk with a voice actor, because never in my dreams have I ever thought that, I would be speaking to the voice of Gabimaru, or like to the voice of freaking Leon from Pokemon, right, or some shit like that.
Right.
So it's been an absolute pleasure. I will definitely wrap this up, send you out into the wild, because I imagine you a busy person, and I actually am gonna go see the FNAF movie.
Right go watch it. Don't spoil it. I'm watching it on Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, are you? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about FNAF. I didn't even know that the lore.
You don't know anything?
I don't know shit. I just have
Not
friends.
The lore?
No, I don't know shit.
All right, wait. When's this movie of yours?
Tonight in about an hour.
An hour, bro. You better be watching a summary of the lore on the drive there.
Why does everyone tell me that shit? Everybody,
bro,
including
you better watch a summary of the lore on the drive there.
Is it that important, you think?
No, here's the thing. It's not. You're gonna miss out on so many like little things watching the movie. You're gonna be like,
I'm only gonna be looking out for Matt Pat if he's in the movie. That's it. If he's in the movie, then I think I'm pretty satisfied with my purchase.
Fair enough.
But
the thing is that it's just like there's gonna be things that I feel, because I haven't watched the movie. I feel that like there will be things that you see in the movie, and people in the literal theater will be like, oh my God, and you're gonna be like, I don't get it.
Really? You think people are gonna do that?
Because literally the director and the producers have literally said that this movie is not for your general audiences. This is for Five Nights at Freddy's fans. Oh
shit, really?
Yeah. So I definitely feel like you are going to be missing shit that you're gonna be like, oh, what the fuck happened? And everyone's like, oh my God, Fonzie! Or some shit like that. Like, I promise you.
Here's what I'll do. I'll watch it, and then I will get different perspectives from my friends, because they're the ones that invited me. I don't watch horror shit at all.
I don't either, but I'm watching
horror media is awful. But like the Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, that's why they invited me, because primarily I don't like horror stuff, and they're like, haha, they'll be really funny if you just that type of shit. But I will try to get their perspective and stuff, and maybe I'll watch a video afterwards, like how I do video games. Like like Dark Souls. You know, you play Dark Souls and then you watch a Vadi video or something like that.
Yeah.
That's probably
the history and all the lore that you missed because you were trying to survive. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'll probably end up doing right now. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll try to see at least one video to be like, hey, summarize getting ready for the FNAF movie in 20 minutes or some shit like that. I don't know.
Good luck.
I hear there's like 5-6 games. So.
That's cute. There's like 10.
What? How many? Dude, there's no
hold
shot.
On. You've got FNAF 2, 3, 4, Sister Location. You've got Ultimate Custom Night. There's the Pizza Simulator. There is Security Breach. The DLC, which is part of Security Breach. So that's 8. I'm sure I'm missing a game or two. Oh, FNAF Help Wanted. And then FNAF Help Wanted 2, which is coming out. So 10.
I thought this was just like a Chuck E. Cheese horror game.
Nah, motherfucker. It's way deeper than that. You are missing out on context.
All right.
FNAF World 11.
Oh my God, there's a world. All right, well, wish me luck, I guess. Well, I'm gonna go watch it. I'm just gonna eat popcorn and that's it. Enjoy. Are they paying for my ticket?
Yeah.
Oh, they are? Okay, thank God.
Already.
Oh, thank God.
There's also a mobile game, which is important, but you can just watch it.
Holy shit, there's a mobile game like a gacha?
It's like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Don't ever. No, it's not like
lore.
That
lore.
This is lore and okay, I get it. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
All right. I will set you free. Sino, thank you so much for tuning in and for stopping by and talking. This has been an absolute blast. This is probably the most time has flown by for me personally, out of any of my episodes. So I want to thank you for coming by and yeah, man. I don't know what I'm speechless on all the different things that you have said and things that we've talked about and stuff. I'm very happy with it. So. I appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, of course.
Is there anything else that you want to say afterwards during this time or anything like that?
Thanks for watching. Listen to my music. I have a cover on Halloween with a certain other VTuber, and it's a musical number.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what I'll say.
Sounds good. All right. Do you need to be escorted at all? Do you know your way around here?
No, I think I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
You're not going to stick around or anything, right?
I'll try not to.
Okay, good. Just make sure you lock the thing because the self-locking thing is not working right now. So just lock it on your way out. All right. See you later, Zino. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Just hold on. I got to find the exit.
Yeah, just
Yeah. Okay.
Goodbye. All right, everybody. We are done for the day. I appreciate you all stopping by. If you guys went ahead and are here from Sino's community, I want to appreciate you guys stopping by. Hope you guys enjoyed your time here. In this episode, next episode is going to be episode 15. Oh my God. Can we make it to 20 before I end the series?
Wait, who's episode 15?
I'm not gonna say right now.
Wait, do I know?
No.
I don't know.
No, you don't know.
Will you tell me after the show?
Maybe. They're not 100% confirmed, so I don't know. So we'll see. So for those of you who don't know, this is a series that I do quite a bit, and I am planning to go on until the end of the year. There's a sense of finality with this series, so I can actually move my ass and make good content throughout this year. And next year I'll move on to another project, or if it's something similar to this or something. But I had a blast doing it for sure. So I'm trying to get as many guests as possible, and I have quite a few in store until the end of the year. So, anyways, for those of you who are here, thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming. I'm going to be playing Idol Showdown.
Oh, Saturday. Okay.
Yeah, it's Saturday. Yeah. So
that's tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm going to be playing Idol Showdown. I'm going to be playing with Ollie. And then...
You are?
Yeah. No, well, I'm going to be playing the character. No, the character.
No shit, I didn't know about this.
No, the character. She's out. Yeah.
Right,
With
we
Ollie,
know
she's
character.
no. It's the character that's gonna be coming out. Came out today, so I'm gonna be playing Ollie tomorrow. That should be a lot of fun. And then on Sunday, I'm not going to be streaming, but I do have a horror bit-a-thon going on. There's a lot of time on it still, and I'm going to be running down that timer tomorrow and also on Monday and Tuesday. So the days that I normally take off, I'm going to be playing because I need to run down the bits playing horror games. And because Ollie's a zombie, she's considered a horror game. So that's what I'm going to be doing.
Smart.
You know what I mean?
Plus, you only have, 3 days?
Yeah, I'm only doing it till October. And then after October's done, the bits are going to be closed. So they don't add to the timer. But I will be running it out as time goes on and trying to do as many horror games as I can. Yeah. So anyways, that's pretty much my plans. Seriously, it was so much fun to have Sayu on. God damn, there's so many.
That was a very cool guest.
I know, right? It was so cool. I didn't even know it was going to be that cool.
I thought he was humble.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. And he was so relatable with the Spanish stuff and stuff like that. And I was literally oh, another VTuber. Oh, here comes the cringe. But then I found out that he's actually cool.
You don't realize this when you ask people to come on your show? You're like, oh, this person's cringe. They just have big numbers. That's the only reason.
I'm only doing this for numbers, guys. Absolutely. Yep. There's no other reason. All right. I want the clout, of course. That's the only reason.
When is the Discord watch along this month?
The Discord watch along is going to be. I'm thinking about doing that right after October. So
November 1st.
Yeah.
Okay.
November 1st, which I'm going to be making a little graphic for it so I can promote it and put it on the Discord. I'm actually going to do that this weekend. I was supposed to do that today, but then a lot of things were happening, me looking for clips for Sayu and stuff like that for that segment. But I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. So if it's not out by tomorrow, scream at me. So that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of In the Hole. I'm going to be uploading the Henya episode on YouTube very soon. And then I'm going to be doing Sayu's episode. So I will say that the next episode of In the Hole will not be until probably the second week of November.